Hello there, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Super Cast Brothers. I'm Zantok, otherwise known as Lister, and this guy over here will tell you whenever he's ready.
Uh, they call me Jonno and also Jonathan
Oh, do
and
they?
stuff.
Do they ever call
Yeah.
you John, or is it just Jonathan?
Oh no, some people would call me that.
Man, that's
Some
weird.
people do. Yeah.
Does,
Yeah.
does anybody in like your real life ever call you Jono? When they're not telling you, when they're not saying John, no, like beyond that
Oh,
scenario.
that's a daily occurrence.
That's why I included that as a
Yeah.
caveat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Um. Yeah. Couple people do.
All right. All
Although
right.
unfortunately, more people called me. It's people that know me by that nickname because of like video games though. Like
Well, yeah,
my
but I mean, like
sister
outside
and
of
so
the video games,
Trevor.
like outside of our online sphere of influence.
Uh, People have called me a lot of strange things over the years. Unfortunately, I think people call me JoJo more,
Okay,
or they did in high school, and we grew past that. Ha!
it's good. It's good that they did.
Yep,
There's
yep.
only one
So some
person that
people,
calls me Zantok in real life, and that's
nice.
that's Suji. That's because that's just the name that she knew me as, so she can't call me by any other name. It's like, all right, whatever. I don't care. Sure, whatever.
Nice, nice. Okay, well, that's fair, I suppose.
Yeah.
Um, so it goes. People
Indeed.
call me. There's a couple people who still call me J Noodles. They're on that 2013 thing.
I don't know
What a time.
about that.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, it was a wet bowl and it's very very warm and flavorful.
Mm-hmm. 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 Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
artistic. Yeah.
So
One
it's time for
day,
go
one
ahead.
day, one day my parents went to the park on a picnic,
Yeah.
and they came back with a bowl of noodles, and then there were three of us. My dad, he almost never got his bait back.
Oh, okay. I don't know what but okay.
Oh, hey, SORA's in Spanish.
I'm just gonna take from that you're a Cabbage Patch Kid essentially, except instead of
Yep,
you were just a bowl of noodles, and then you grew
yep.
into a real boy, unlike Pinocchio.
A bowl of noodles woven into the shape of a small child.
A gnome.
Yeah. Oh, the gnomes will return.
Yes, we are back on another on topic episode. This time we're going to be discussing Sora. He's here. He's in Smash. We're shocked, but we love it.
Uh-huh.
Oh
Uh-huh.
man, that trailer, that was I love that the trailer kept us guessing until the end. It's like, who is it going to be? What's happening? Where's the fire going? What did Mario pick up? Is that a oh my god? It was good. It was so good.
It
Before we
was good.
Yeah. But before we get into that,
Yeah.
though, hey, how's it going?
I'm good. The time of recording, I'm going to go in for wisdom tooth removal surgery in a couple days.
Ooh.
So it's a good thing we're not immediately
Ooh,
recording again in the
yeah.
particularly near future because I'm going
Nah.
to be chipmunk boy for a
Oh
couple weeks.
man, but maybe we
Um,
could. No,
maybe we can. Oh well, I have a meeting that evening that I'm still
no.
planning on going to. So
Hopefully, you won't be called on or have to provide much input.
I've been telling people, the people who are going to be taking me there, not to record it because who knows what's going to happen. It's going to be my first time
It's
under
gonna get
general
leaked
anesthesia, which
online.
I'm not looking forward to. I was going to say if it can be viral enough to actually get us some sort of sponsorship or something for
Hmm.
this podcast or what. Okay, let's do it.
I
Let's do it.
honestly, like last year, I had to get some tooth work done. They had to I had some cysts or something in my mouth because wisdom teeth that never came in or something. I don't remember the exact
Right.
deal of what it was. And I was just things like, please put me to actual sleep. Don't just put me in a delirious state because I'm legit terrified of what I will come out of my mouth. I don't want that.
Mm-hmm.
And now they put me to sleep. And when I woke up, everything was fine. I wasn't drowsy at all. I wasn't being weird. I was, for some reason, that whole scenario, like, all the doctors were just like, what the fuck's going on with you? Like, they would ask me, like, have you been hurting? And I was like, no. Should I have been? Yeah. It's like, that's weird. I haven't. And then when it was done, they asked me, like, oh, are you in pain? It's like, no. I mean,
Nice.
a normal amount of what you probably should have, but nothing excruciating. It's like,
Right.
oh, wow. It's like, should I be? Yeah, kinda. What the fuck? They gave me multiple different kinds of pain meds to use, and when I got home the first day, I was like, okay, yeah, I'll take this one. And then the rest of the time, it's like, nah, I'm good. I can deal with this shit. Just don't open my mouth wide like a fucking idiot.
Mm-hmm.
I,
That's
I
gonna be hard for
don't,
me.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It also amused me when
No,
they asked me if I was worried at all. I was like, why would I be worried? Oh, because of surgery. No, no, I'm not worried. Because, hey, it's either going to, A, go fine, and then, man, nothing to worry about, or B, go horrifically wrong, and then it's not my problem anymore.
Yeah, they'll settle that out in court.
It's the only way it can go. It's either
Right,
not going to be a
right.
problem, or I'm dead, in which case it's not my problem. I know,
To an
I
a
am
whole lot of
very
money from
in the
this.
minority on my thoughts on these kinds of things, but that was what I told him. I was like, no, I'm not worried. I have no reason. That is out of my control. I can literally do nothing about this to improve or lower my chances.
Yep.
It's you
So,
guys who
yes.
should be worried. You're the ones that would be fucking up, not me.
They're like, yeah. To tell you the truth, I am pretty worried.
Yeah, it's
Well,
my
good
first
night.
time doing this. Like, oh, now I'm worried.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas you had cysts in your mouth where they didn't come in. Mine are in, but they're jagged and
Oh.
they're turning sideways.
No, yeah,
So they come
mine
in
were
and-
sideways. Mine were sideways.
Oh,
But they had it
sweet.
come in, and that's what was causing this. I still had the ones in my lower that they said they're like, yeah, we might eventually have to look at those too. I was like, cool, great, looking
Mhm.
forward to
Mhm.
it. I never had so
Oh,
much
yeah.
soup in my life that week. Oh, well, it's been,
Yeah, I have a-
there was a lot. It was like 5 days before I
Yeah.
ate anything solid. The most solid food I ate was dumplings.
Huh?
Big
Those sound good.
big old dumplings that were put in chicken noodle.
Nice. Yeah, I'm told that it's basically just soup and ice cream for a week.
Oh, I didn't have ice cream, but I had pudding.
Nice.
Yeah.
What kind of pudding? Did you eat on top of your roof?
No, there was a variety of puddings. A couple different flavors.
Nice. Snack packs?
Yeah, snack pack. I think one of them was
Chocolate,
like they had this like unicorn pudding. I was like, yeah, sure, give me some of that shit. That sounds fun. It was just like I think like there was a pink and a blue. I don't remember what the blue was, but I'm pretty sure the pink was cotton candy.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the extent of your high from the anesthesia. It's like, let's just get this fucking unicorn.
Why not?
Yeah, why not? All that to say, how are you?
Oh, I'm in the moving process still. I know it doesn't look like it in this room, but we're kind of saving our rooms for the last of it. Because, hey, we still are living
Do
here
things,
currently. Like, the computer's going to be the very last thing that gets packed up. Well, actually, I might pick up the PC a little bit earlier. And then I still have my laptop I can use. Because I'm all caught up on my recording projects. Twist and I still have some multiplayer games that we're doing. But we're taking a break until after we get moved in to resume those. Because we're in the middle of the Halo franchise, and after that, we actually want to start recording Kingdom Hearts and doing some of that in multiplayer fashion. Where like each time we die or we start a new episode, we're going to change controllers. So change whoever's playing. That should be chaotic but fun. I'm kind of looking forward to it. I don't know if we'll do the whole series because coded in 358 days kind of make me go. Ugh. But at the very least, all the ones that are playable in the story so far in PS4 is what we want to do at least.
Right.
I can also say that right now, the date that this is being uploaded, over on Slickstar Gaming, the YouTube channel that me and a couple others upload videos to, We have 4 different games that are being uploaded right now. Those being Super Mario RPG is being uploaded by Way Off Trail. Halo 3 actually just started and it's being played by me and Twilix. I'm going through Danganronpa 2 Goodbye Despair, and then Twilix is playing through Metroid Samus Returns. So if any of those
Nice.
strike a fancy, check out the channel.
Let it cometh forth.
Oh, yes.
If.
As for anything else with me
pretty
right
neat.
now, I mean, not really. So, pretty much just saying beyond that. But, I mean, house stuff. And,
Yeah,
and
I
I'm,
mean,
I'm really
that's a
glad that I don't have to worry
whole
about
angle.
recording projects for myself for a long while because I actually have a backlog into next November right now. My solo videos are fucking good right now. The next several series are all recorded.
Nice. Yeah, and
Yeah.
we're fairly caught up on this series too for now. So that's.
I mean, yes. I mean, we don't catch up nearly as much as I catch up with my other shit because we kind of. I guess we can now if we really wanted to. We could just record like a whole bunch of things in 2 weeks and just be finished for the whole year. That'd be weird, but theoretically we could do it because we don't have to worry about Sakurai being like, "Oh, hey, I've added something new to the game now." We're just like, "Fuck, we got to postpone an episode." Because we were originally going to have something else for this on topic, but then Sora got announced. It's like, well, that episode's getting kicked to next season. All right. It's happened several times. Actually, I think since Min Min, really, I think every single
Mhm.
one. Actually, it might have been since Arms. No, I'm pretty sure every episode that we've had where we're
Yeah.
discussing a DLC character, a different episode was in its place originally, and we just punted it because
Yeah.
why would we not
You
talk
are
about the cool
right.
new thing?
Yeah, exactly. You are right too. It was since Arms announced that there was going to be an Arms fighter.
Yeah,
So
I
we
think
had
that
that
was when we
episode where we were
started.
talking about it.
Actually, no, we started doing this. Who was the first DLC fighter when we started doing this? It wasn't Min Min because I know Byleth happened.
Yeah,
I-
Violet did happen.
Who was?
I have to go back and check.
Yeah, I'm taking a look here too. Let's see.
It was Arms.
Oh yeah. Well. Oh, okay. I see what happened. The first one we did was the looking at the Fighters Pass 2 episode. But I
Right.
guess, that seems weird to me. Maybe we just didn't want to talk about Byleth.
You were like, "Fuck that guy."
I got to see now when Byleth released and compare it to our thing because I'm actually really curious now.
Right. Right.
Let's see here. Byleth released January 28th, 2020.
Mm-hmm.
And the next on
No.
topic after Byleth's
Yeah.
release
Pros
was
for-
looking at the Fighters Pass 2. So we didn't have an episode dedicated to Byleth. Instead, we just had an episode talking about Fighters Pass 2 because that was more interesting to us. And Byleth must have been like a little post-it note on the side. That's what happened.
That's right. And then we had Is There Too Much Fire Emblem with Eric not too long after.
Yeah. We pretty much had the
so we kinda
consensus
talked
of
about Violet.
kinda, yeah, but if they just differentiated the fighting types, then it would be fine. Like, we don't need 4 Marths. We don't.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if it was, keep Marth, keep Corrin, keep Ike, keep Robin, maybe keep Byleth, and then mix it up beyond that. Give us a Lancer, give us an Axe user, give us a Magic user. Or a bow or
Yeah.
dagger or something. Like Lindis could work as a bow/sword user, and I think that'd be okay. Hell, we had an episode on it already.
I agree.
You can get
We
Celica
did. That was
or Micaiah for magic.
Yeah.
There's things they can do.
Absolutely. Yeah. Fire Emblem is such a there's a diversity in the cast and how they play, and
Yeah.
you don't get it in Smash.
No, you don't. Which is really
Which is a
weird.
shame. Which is why, looking ahead into Smash, we're clearly not getting an Ultimate 2. I mean, I would take my shoes, boil them, and eat them if that happened. I kind of look forward to a mass culling though,
Yeah.
because that'll give us the opportunity to say, okay, Crom, Lucina, Roy, Byleth, bye.
Yeah.
Something like
I mean, I will
Or
say,
maybe
like,
Violet 6
do
rounds.
I want there to be a mass culling of the roster? Do I want to, like, a whole bunch of characters to be just eliminated? No, I don't. But I do think that in certain areas, some characters can be dropped, and you don't really lose much. and then we can just get
Right.
new characters to either buff up series that aren't represented as well as they could, kind of, quote unquote fix the representation for some series, and then just introduce some series that should be in and just aren't, or maybe I shouldn't just say the word should, but get some more series in there that aren't yet in Smash, like Golden Sun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's so
We
much
could
even from just
lose
the Nintendo angle.
Lucina and Chrom and get Isaac. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. There you go. And of course, the Echoes are the easiest to cull, and then probably
But
most of the third parties,
yeah.
because getting the rights back would be hell. But yeah.
Yeah, some of them I think will be fine. I think Pac-Man, Mega Man, Rio, Sonic,
Snake.
maybe not Snake. I think each of them will be pretty easy to bring back. Probably Kazuya
Yeah.
too, because Sakurai and Harada are buddies. But
Yeah, and
all
then,
the
like
Square Enix
Cassie,
characters, who
yeah.
the fuck knows? Snake, who the fuck
Mhm.
knows?
Sora. Speaking of Sora.
Well, I mean, yeah. I think Banjo and Steve have pretty good chances, but it also depends on if they want to bring back all those characters or if they want to mix in some new
Mhm.
ones. Like after Brawl, when we were getting ready for Smash 4, I didn't think we were going to get Sonic and Snake. I thought we were going to get new third parties, and they were just going to like rotate them out like Soul Calibur style. Or Soul
Yeah.
Calibur, like most other series, because that's what Soul Calibur and Mortal Kombat both do. It's like, all right, here's our guest characters for this game. Next game will be somebody completely different. That's what I thought we were going to have.
And that's fine. I mean, that works great for Soul Calibur.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, I agree. There's going to be your standard tenant third parties, and I think Sonic, Mega Man, Pac-Man are the base. And you just kind of extend from there. I think, yeah, again, Banjo has a strong chance. Sora is just such an anomaly because we're hearing all this talk from Sakurai and his Mitsu columns talking about how it only ever happened because of a like extremely chance meeting
Yeah.
with a Disney rep, and it was like a right sell for years and years and years and years. I kind of feel like it won't happen in the next game.
I mean, since it has happened once, that does increase the odds of them, sticking around. It's easier to renegotiate a contract than to make a new contract. I assume, as long as relationships don't get strained.
Yeah.
But you mentioned that Famitsu column that Sakurai had, and in that one he also mentioned that originally they had their plans for this DLC. It was just going to be 5 fighters. It was going to be the 5 that we already knew about. Well, not the 5 we already knew about. You know what I mean? The 5, not counting Sora. But Sora ended up being like an extra bonus character. It would have been 5 if he didn't have that chance meeting with the Disney rep.
Yeah.
It's like, holy shit.
Yeah.
I assume we probably wouldn't have ended on Kazuya in that case. I think the order probably would have been different. I'm guessing it would have ended on either Steve or Sephiroth, but hard to say. I don't think Kazuya would be a bad one to end on. They just don't end it on Min or Pyramethra. I think they're better choices than Byleth, but after the way Byleth, the reaction for that, I don't think Nintendo would have wanted to end on another Nintendo character. I think that's why they started with one of them, just to like softball it.
Especially because they, if we didn't get a Sora and they ended up wanting to kind of even out the number a little bit, they would have been like, "Hey, here's Cinderace after all. There you go." Which, I mean, per that trailer, I mean, people were kind of thinking.
Man, I was worried that it was gonna be a fire type Pokemon. I was like, "Are you fucking please, God, no!" Like, I like Pokemon. I like fire types. We already have Incineroar and Charizard, though. We don't need more. That's it. I say that, but we have Pikachu and Pichu, and there's several electric types that I would love to have in. It's like, give me Tapu Koko, give me a Alolan Raichu, give me Zeraora.
Give me Rotom. If they put in the right fire type, like Darmanitan.
Yes. God, yes.
There you go.
I kind of want to make a moveset for him at some point just to do it. It's like, I love Darmanitan. Yeah. There's so many Pokemon that you can just like make a weird moveset for. Like, I've toyed around with Raticate, just like, what would I do? I don't know. But it would be fun.
Well, I made one for Vanillux for no reason, so.
And Kling Kling. I was like, okay. Sure. Why not? That said, I don't. There's some
why
Pokemon you
not as
can't make one
well?
for.
Yeah.
Why not is one of them. That you can't.
There you go.
Why not?
Yeah.
Magikarp.
That
Unknown.
would be something.
It's just
Mm-hmm.
some like
Mm-hmm.
kind of, nah.
Jinx. Oh, wait.
Huh?
Just kidding.
Jinx? Did you say Jinx?
Yeah, I mean, yep, I was joking. There could be.
There's not a
You could
Pokemon
be.
called Jinx though. Oh wait.
Yeah.
Wow. Wait a minute. Holy shit. I forgot it existed for a second there.
Probably for the better. Probably for the better.
Great. Just stare up at the distance. I could though. I could make a moveset for
Yeah.
Jinx.
Oh, buddy, wouldn't that be something?
Get Powder Snow.
Standard
Get
specialist, yes.
Get Wake Up Slap. Draining Kiss. I would say I'm not sure if any of these moves are. I'm pretty sure Jinx has Powder Snow. I don't know if it has the other moves, but I could do it.
Right.
I could do it.
Okay. Maybe one day, huh? Direct to DVD or make it the moveset for us. Work on one day. What else was there? Oh yeah, it could have been. People were thinking it could have been Cinderace. People were thinking it could have been the chosen undead from Dark Souls, or Solaire because of the bonfire.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they were just throwing a bunch of stuff out there. That wasn't true because it was Sora, and of course, and respectfully so, people were thinking it could have been Master Chief. Although in the context of the trailer, it doesn't make much sense.
No.
But I mean, I understand the Master Chief finishes the fight, as you said, it would have been a great tagline to end with.
Yeah.
But I mean, in the end, I think we ended with the perfect character.
There are several characters that I think would have
mind-boggling.
been like a top tier. This is a great way to end the run character. Chief would have been one of them. Sora would have been one of them. There's some others that would have been one of them for me on a personal level, but maybe not for the general community. Like Phoenix Wright would have been a great one for me. Spyro would have been a great one for me. But for the most fans, yeah, not them. They would not have been a pass in there for most fans. But Sora and
Yeah.
Chief, I
Crash
think you can
Bandicoot,
easily.
like, yeah.
I would put Crash as like
Oh.
below Sora and Chief, but he's definitely up there. Like I think those were the top two characters that would have been the best ones to finish this pass with. That they have the recognizability, they have the popularity. People know who they are. They are huge. I'm very glad that we got one of them. I would have been happy with either or. I'm more happy with Sora because I'm more interested in Kingdom Hearts than I am in Halo. But I'm very happy with this.
Yep. Oh yeah. This is a lot of people's dream character, period, and as evidenced by Sora winning the Smash Battle.
Yeah.
And I think
we finally got
Banjo was
confirmation
very,
on
very high
that.
up there too. Yeah.
I mean, we knew that they said before that Banjo, Ridley. Actually, I thought they said about Banjo. Maybe I'm wrong, but they said about Ridley and King K. Rool that a large part of the reason why they were added to Ultimate was because of their appearance in the ballot. So we know they were absolutely looking at that.
Mm-hmm. And thank God they did. Jesus, it paid off in this game.
No kidding.
I'm Smash 4, but it paid off in this game.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand Sakurai when he says, we can't just release the full list, as entertaining as that would be.
Yeah.
Because people would just harass the shit out of companies, and it would be bad.
Yeah. Very.
I
do think it would have been nice if they had mentioned like some character that did well. Like if they had said like. I don't know, like maybe they could have actually said like where Bayonetta actually landed, because they said that she was the top one out of realizable picks. But what does realizable picks mean, and how far down the list is that? Like, was she top 5, top 10, top 50? I don't know. But like I don't know, like so I can understand. When it came to Smash 4 DLC, it makes sense that there were a lot of characters that they might have been like, okay, this one's going to be hard to get because we just want to slot in one really quickly. We don't have a lot of time to negotiate. So it has to be either a Nintendo character or from a company that we have a close relationship with. Platinum Games and Nintendo had a close relationship at that time, and they still do, I believe. So Bayonetta was an
Yeah.
easy choice for that. If it was
And
like
Bayonetta 2 just came out at the time.
yeah, if it was if it was Bandanity, that would have been even easier for them to do.
Mhm.
Because hey, there's a
Yeah,
new Linda character.
yeah.
Well,
I
how?
would
But
have bet you money that someone like Ridley probably placed higher than Bayonetta, but
yeah,
Bayonetta made more sense from a marketing standpoint, I
marketing
guess.
standpoint, and I could also see Sakurai going, well, Ridley's a stage boss right now, so I don't want to include Ridley. He also could have been still on the impression that Ridley wouldn't work, and it was only while planning for Ultimate, they were like, okay, people really want Ridley. What can I do here? How can I make this
Yeah,
work? And then he worked on
yeah,
it, but he
yeah,
didn't want to have the time crunch of trying to figure it out for Smash 4. That would make sense to me.
absolutely, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And then King K. Rool probably placed within the top 10 too, I'd imagine. Bayonetta, I think she would have had to have been at least top 10. I think if she were top 50, it's like seriously, that would have been so facetious of them to put her in.
I think top 20 is fine for them to look at things for.
Yeah,
Because, that still gives you a good selection of characters to choose from.
right, right. Maybe an episode one of these days could just be us speculating on who else was in it, because
I mean,
interesting topic enough.
It'd be kind of hard to speculate who was in the top whatever of the ballot. I mean, we know Cloud was. We know Cloud was up there as well, because they said he of all Final Fantasy in general was popular, but of all the Final Fantasies, he was highest up there. Even if he wasn't, I think it still would have been Cloud. Maybe it could have been it could have been Lightning. I think at the time she was the newest. I don't remember if Noctis was out by then. If he was, then they might have done that.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I feel like this Cloud's the one to go
Cloud,
for that in general, anyways. But like Cloud, K. Rool, Banjo, Ridley, Bayonetta, Sora. I mean, that's 7 characters that we're pretty sure were at least in the top 20.
Yeah, I would bet Simon as well.
That would make sense. Simon, a Belmont. Simon / Richter, who knows which one.
And then you just look to the community for the rest. I mean, I would imagine like Waluigi was up there and Sakura's like, what?
I kind of think it makes sense that I kind of do believe that Sakurai didn't realize how popular Waluigi actually was until Ballot and Ultimate Reaction. And he's like, wait, because I think maybe with the Ballot he might have thought like, people are trolling me with Waluigi votes. What the hell? And then we see the reaction to Ultimate. He's like, wait, hold on, they're serious? What? That's kind of what I think might have been going on. I could absolutely see that being a thing. It's like
there's a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot from an Eastern versus Western standpoint that is differentiated. Like how they were surprised that K. Rool, Ridley, and Banjo were as popular as they were.
Yeah.
So
I mean, they're absolutely more popular in the West, but
absolutely, and I think the same stands for Waluigi. Although I don't know why it's so difficult to ascertain that he's a popular character.
Because they look at him and he's not he's not in any of the main games, and he's just a troll in his own universe. That's why.
Well, whose fault is that, Nintendo? Yep.
But no, really, Miyamoto. Whose fault is that?
Yep. Yeah, and while we're at it, whose fault is Sticker Star, Color Splash, Origami King,
Star Fox Zero?
Yeah, Star Fox Zero.
Where's Pikmin 4?
Fuck! Chibi Robo Ziplash.
Can we at least get a Pikmin 1 and 2 collection on Switch, please? Come on.
Yeah. Yeah. Got it on the Wii U. I mean,
wait, they're on the Wii U?
I believe so.
Oh, I wasn't aware of that.
Well, no, they were backwards compatible with Wii. Never mind.
Well, yeah, that's not a Wii U. Because, that's the one that you can play. It's like, you get the Wii port, and you play it on the Wii U. It's like, what the fuck?
Like right, that is so strange. Well, yeah, Nintendo actively works against itself in the way that they structure their retro
online. Yeah, like look at Sony and Microsoft. You can play games from their older systems, just download them and play them. Nintendo, just release your older games, please. Fuck. I know some of them you have rights issues with. I get it, but you can't tell me that you can't put up Pikmin.
Yeah.
And some things like 3DS, like DS games, like Game Boy Advance, those can be a little bit more difficult. But your console shit. Some Wii U games might be a little bit of a struggle with the gamepad, but you can do it. Come on.
I mean, they have done it with that lazy 3D All Stars port, so they can do it again and again and again and just print money.
Yeah, the 3D All Stars port, which is now losing a third of its value since Super Mario 64 is coming to the Switch through the NSO.
Yeah.
Oops.
And even though they and even though they cut sales, I mean production in March, we still, for some reason, it's still
I
flooding the
saw
market. Like,
I
it's just
saw a
out
couple
there.
copies at my local Target last week. I was like, wait, what? It's here?
Yeah, exactly.
Holy
Exactly.
shit. If I hadn't already gotten a copy, I would just be like, I'm just gonna buy this and have it.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck?
Exactly. Exactly. Um, you can hold on to a copy to the side, sell it in 5 years for $500 because it's their fault.
Yep.
So,
It's like if
Jesus.
you have a copy of
yeah.
of the original Xenoblade for Wii, don't get rid of that game. Don't.
Mhm.
That's gonna be worth money.
Xenoblade, Path of Radiance, most GameCube games nowadays, like holy cow.
Yeah. Although
Um,
I wonder if its value has gone down since they released the Definitive Edition. Like
I'm not sure.
the only people that would want it now are collectors. Which, granted, collectors will pay money, but
Not a
people,
money.
general gamers,
Yeah.
they're not going to pay $100 for that game anymore.
No, they're not. We'll see. I mean, yeah. I mean, if you're a game collector, you're gonna buy a $500 Banjo Kazooie statue from First Four or whatever, or a $300 Cloud figurine on his bike,
Yeah.
and yep. So it goes. And you're also gonna somehow fully grasp the story of Kingdom Hearts.
Hey. I get like 80% of the story. And that's good enough for me. I was with it until Dream Drop Distance happened. It made sense 95% of the way. Then Dream Drop Distance really fucked it up. And then Kingdom Hearts 3 is just like, we're just gonna give you an extra little stab in the back with this one's like, cool, thanks.
It should have all ended when Goofy got hit in the head with a rock.
I need to look up his YouTube name. There is a guy called Barry. Barry Kramer. Look up Barry Kramer on YouTube. Watch his a good enough summary of Kingdom Hearts videos. He has 3 of them. One that covers all the series up until KH3. One that's just KH3, and then there's one that's of the KH3 DLC, which is for obvious reasons very short. And then he has his own take on Sakurai Presents Sora and Smash, and it's funny. But this guy's good. Like he'd only played Kingdom Hearts 1 and I think part of KH2, and then a friend of his, over a course of like a 7-hour stream, explained to him the general plot of the whole series. He's just like, what the fuck? And he takes that 7-hour stream, he's like, all right, I'm gonna turn this into a 30-minute animated video of me trying to explain how the fuck any of this makes sense. And again, for the most part, Kingdom Hearts does make sense until you get to Dream Drop Distance and you have time travel in fucking an X on your clothing is somehow an important plot detail.
Mm-hmm. Dream Drop
That's where I lost
with
it.
The characters from The World Ends With You as the tutorial. Right?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
The World Ends With You has their characters cameo in the Travis Town world. Since they didn't have Final Fantasy characters in that game, they had Chewie characters. And then they had no crossover characters in KH3, and I am still bitter.
Yeah, that was weird. Very weird.
Not even another guest
So,
boss fight. Like,
yeah.
I wasn't expecting Sephiroth again, but like you could have given us Garland, the Warrior of Light, Kefka, Gilgamesh, Lightning
Culex.
even. Like, those would have been fucking cool.
Mhm.
Not, I don't want to deal with Culex ever again. I did my time. I'm good, thanks.
They could have given you one of those things from the carousel and near Automata and call it a day.
The carousel? You mean the
Yeah.
amusement park?
Yeah, that place.
So long as it's not the music track. Oh god.
Yeah, it's something. I as an outsider looking in, I've played a little bit of the first couple Kingdom Hearts, played Chain of Memories. That was it for a
Yeah.
long time. Just trying to read the story on the wiki is something else.
Yeah. Like
Um,
honestly, the first
yeah.
Kingdom Hearts game is a nice contained story, and if we never got another Kingdom Hearts
Mhm,
game after that, it would have been just a cool cult favorite that people talk about. It's like,
mhm,
man, that was a cool game, and nothing.
mhm.
You know, it would have just been that. Then they started making more, and it got complicated.
Yep,
Like
yep, yeah.
KH2 is mostly again, a tight little story. But then you have certain aspects of like, where the fuck did this Roxas come from? And I think, if I remember correctly, they pretty well explain it. But then there's
Mhm.
some things that are kind of lost because if you don't play Chain of Memories, and then there's some things that are answered if you play 358 over 2 days. But for the most part, KH1, KH2, they do a good job at containing things. After that, though, nothing makes fucking sense with containment. Birth by Sleep, I guess, kind of can, but it's very much prequel game, so they kind of have to leave some things
Right.
open. And then KH3 is just like, oh, you didn't play even one of these older games? That's a
Right.
bad thing for you. Hope you at least read the wikis, because you ain't gonna know what's going on!
Yeah, that's
Like,
uh that's a pretty good question. I mean, I wonder how Sora became two nobodies. I wonder how there's like 20 different Xehanort running around. We'll see.
I don't have enough time in this podcast to explain.
Yeah,
Just go
no,
watch
okay,
Barry's summary.
okay, okay,
Honestly, he
okay,
does a good job. He does. I
okay.
actually, I actually watched this. He also gave a link to the stream of where he was being explained everything. I actually watched that too. I think I did. There's another
Nice.
stream where they revealed that. Oh no, this was a different stream. Apparently, there's a theory that Kingdom Hearts 3 actually takes place in an alternate reality of Kingdom Hearts 3 because they die at one point and they think like, oh, but now they go back and now it's this other split timeline. So the whole game takes place in timeline B instead of timeline A, because timeline A, it's like the Ocarina of Time nonsense. It's like,
Mhm.
why? But I've read the document on this. This document is insane. It's huge. I've read this shit, and I hate that I can't disprove it because of a fucking X on a shirt that was important in Dream Drop Distance. If an X on a guy's T-shirt can be an important detail, I can't prove that this other shit isn't, and it kills me. I hate it. I hate it so much. But you know what I don't hate? Sora and Smash.
uh, oh yeah, oh yeah. What a thing that happened.
He's
Um,
here.
we both watched it
He
live,
sealed the deal.
which was insane. Yeah,
Yeah,
I like how I
we
didn't
were on
even
call.
have.
We watched it
Yeah.
together. I had to mute myself because I was a few seconds ahead of you, and I was legit screaming. It's like, oh my god, holy shit, it's happened.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep. I heard you. Oh, like it's just like, yeah. That
like
was
he
fun.
would not
That
have
was,
been my number
yeah.
one.
Mhm.
That's Gino,
Right.
but
Right.
I'm very pleased.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. The trailer was awesome. He just comes in like Peter Pan and Jesus combined and does his thing. Yeah.
He's like, oh hey guys,
With
what's up?
yep. Playing a song that you can only unlock with playing Memory of Melody in the background of
Yeah,
the trailer, which
yeah.
was fun. Like just like the Pikmin trophies in Melee, just what a thing. Um,
I'm not a fan of when games do that. Like, don't look content behind having like unless it's a game in the same series. Like, hey,
right.
if like okay, so let's say they do release a collector's pack of Pikmin 1 and 2 on Switch, and they have some like little bonus unlockable thing if you have Pikmin 3 data on your Switch. Okay, I'm fine with that. But don't do where it's like, oh hey, you got Pikmin 1 and 2. you can also get bonus content if you have the fucking HD remake of Skyward Sword on your Switch. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yep.
Fuck.
Yep. What a time. But still, the trailer was awesome. The presentation was great. I like how they cut the trailer during the first half at first, so they can pull up Sakurai, pull him back, like, eh? Like, what? Anyhow, he had 4 freaking posters. So
He just like
so
he put up
proud of
more
himself.
when they revealed the other costumes. Like that was good. I love the costumes too. Like getting to have his base designs of KH1, 2, 3, and Dream Drop Distance Soras. Fucking Timeless River. My God, that's so good. Valor Form, Wisdom Form, and then I think it's forget what it was called. I think it's Ultimate Form is what they were calling it in KH3.
Yeah.
Which, you know, name kind of there.
Yeah.
There were a couple other forms they could have done. You know, Master Form and Final Form. I guess Final Form and KH2 would have been a little too similar to Ultimate Form, though. And I'm fine with Ultimate Form being the pick. Obviously, we're going to get the Disney-based costumes like Halloween Town or Pirates of the Caribbean. I get it.
I mean, unfortunately, but it's understandable.
Yeah.
The costumes are still great. I love the Valor Form, Wisdom Form, and Giant Server are all in. Those all look great.
Yeah.
Ultimate Form, I mean, he's cosplaying as a zebra, but I mean, still, it's Ultimate.
Yeah.
So that's pretty neat. Yeah. Sorry.
This is another case too where this is a character that I had previously made a moveset for on the Smashtopia wiki. With all the DLC characters that we got in Ultimate, actually with all of Ultimate, period, I had Inkling on the site before Smash Ultimate was even revealed. So that was one that I was like, oh wow, having to compare my character to his version of the character, like, all right, I like his version of the character better. I like the cool mechanics he has here. But there wasn't anything else base game that was like that where it was a character I'd done. But then we, Kelly Jelly had created a Byleth moveset days before Byleth was officially revealed. It's like, you son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. And we prefer his version of that moveset over the official one. We've talked about enough about Byleth to move on.
Yeah, don't let him damper our parade. What a guy.
Beyond that,
both had Sonic Blade or
yeah. But then this pack of DLC really hit us hard. Because Sora, I'd made one. Steve, I'd made one. And then Pyra/Mythra, we made Rex and Pyra back in Season 1. And in some cases, like, I don't think Sakurai's Sora necessarily negates my version of Sora, because I still think the version of Sora I did still works pretty well. His Steve definitely negates my Steve, and his Pyra/Mythra negates our Rex and Pyra easily.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. We had never even thought of blades being independent of the driver. Like,
not as a fighter. Like, I thought of it for assist trophies. Like, I think Rock would be a great Xenoblade 2 assist trophy. But
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, I gotcha. There's a bunch of moveset that are better, I would say, than Sakurai's and vice versa.
Yeah.
Like, I like the Trinity limit is in, and Donald and Goofy are in your Final Smash, which Disney would never allow because the keychain with Mickey's emblem on it costs $400,000.
Yeah.
As the joke goes.
Yeah, I stayed away from. I did have some Disney stuff in my moveset. Like, again, you mentioned that I did Trinity Limit. I had Donald and Goofy Peanut, because I kind of felt like you either do Trinity Limit with Donald and Goofy or you do a different Final Smash. And, well, in reality, we got a different Final Smash. And then for my extra skill, I have it where he can swap out his Keyblade for different ones, and they have different stats and abilities, which I kind of think I would change that now. I don't know if I would do that same kind of mechanic. But he had 2 of his Keyblades were ones from different Disney worlds. Rumbling Rose, which was for... Actually, I think Rumbling Rose was... Wasn't that the Beast Castle's Keyblade, or is that a different one? I assumed it was because the name Rumbling Rose, but I want to check now because I'm not entirely certain. Let's see... Yeah, it's the Beast Castle one. You get it by reuniting with Beast. I was pretty sure that was the case. There's also Divine Rose, which is essentially the equivalent in the original Kingdom Hearts. And then I also had Circle of Life, which is the Pride Lands Keyblade. And then, like, for his alternate costumes, like, I I think I based mine off of Kingdom Hearts 3's design, but then he had costumes for Valor Form, Wisdom Form, Limit Form, Master Form, Final Form, and then Halloween Town, Timeless River, Space Paranoids, and his outfit when he's in the Caribbean in KH3. But I love that. I love that it's what we have is better in Ultimate for the actual alts. The different actual outfits for Sora across the years is great. I fucking love it.
Yeah, right down to having individual poses that that reflect the box art.
Yeah,
So
I love that.
Me too. Me too.
Mm.
And what about how he plays? I think we both kind of agree that he's a little slower to the punch than we thought he would be.
Yeah, I don't know. He feels like watching the videos. I was like, man, he's gonna be one of my guys because so far DLC. Well, I can't really say so far anymore. But DLC wise, the only characters that really felt like to me they were my kind of characters were Pirate and Mithra, and then to a lesser degree Banjo and Kazooie. Because I like characters that can like get in there and then hit hard. And Sora looked like he was going to be very good get in there and be able to hit people, but he also had some range utility. So I was like, cool, I like this. Sora looks fucking awesome. I love that down aerial so much. But when I was playing this for the first time, I've gotten more used to him as I played with him a little bit more. I don't know if it was just his movement speed or his weight. Something didn't quite feel like how I expected it to. So it took me a little while to get used to how he moved. Like Sephiroth pretty much felt like I kind of thought Sephiroth would be. But Sora was like, I don't...
Yeah.
I think maybe I expected him to just be faster because he's so floaty in the air, but he had this like this slower speed to him. It felt like.
Yeah, and even his second jump has a little bit of that pushback as you're
I love that second jump though. We were playing some match before we started this. In 2 times, I accidentally hit the cuckoos, so chickens were swarming around me. But I was able to evade them just by doing the jump and the mid-air jump. I was just like going around in a fucking circle. And they didn't hit me once. So it's like, huh. All right.
Yeah.
I'm a fan.
His aerial game is amazing. The combos that he can strike even in the air are pretty cool. His down aerial, of course. There's a lot of DLC characters with downs aerials that are similar, where you're just going straight down.
Yeah.
For Banjo Kazooie.
I love his spiral.
Yeah, where it does. Yeah, it's the move that can KO.
Yeah,
too, like pretty firmly, pretty easily. Like Sora is not as bad as Bayonetta was or Cloud was in Smash 4, but he's definitely up there. Like like Sonic Blade is like such.
It's kind of
BS.
stupid.
Like it is stupidly good. Its priority is crazy. The final smash can grab you even when you're running past, when you're behind it, when you're dodging out of the way. Yeah, I mean it is like the size of.
There were 2 times when we were playing
that,
that I hit you with this final smash. Was like, I should not have been able to hit you. What the fuck? One time you were legit right behind me, and it pulled you in because this thing has a fucking wind box. I don't know what the fuck you call it. I'm just gonna call it a gravity box. It's this fucking gravity box it has on it. It just pulls you in. There's another one where like I had it here, but you were on a platform over here, and it's just like slurp. It's like, what? Huh? I thought I missed. Okay, I'll take it.
Yeah. You have to have some sort of vertical game to get above it. If you're anywhere horizontally near it, it's just gonna grab you.
It's insane. I love it though. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Like if they couldn't do Trinity Limit, it's a great choice. And they were very clearly keeping themselves to just KH1 Sora, because there's definitely some other things they could have done between KH2 and KH3. You could turn into a boat. But honestly, there's only one thing about Sora's moveset that I am not pleased with, and you know what it is. It's the counter.
Yep.
Like, I get it, countering is a mechanic in Kingdom Hearts, and you can really wreck things up with it. But I'm so sick of counters. Like, if you're going to give somebody a counter, can we at least, one, not call it counter and or counter attack? Although, I guess if they have an actual mechanic called that, whatever, fuck it, sure. But also, it's like, can it be something, like, can you give it a property, make it something cool, and add something to it where it's not just counter? it's just like
Mm-hmm.
I'm so done with counters. There's been times where we've made characters and it's like I give them a counter because I generally I only do it if it's a huge part of the character. If I can do something to make it unique, like make it instead of like being a damage dealer, maybe lower a stat or make them be stunned or something. Or if there's nothing else that I can do for the character besides give them a counter. Sora had other
Right.
things. We could have had Ragnarok. We could have had Ars Arcanum. We could have had fucking Strike Raid. There are things we could have had
Yeah.
besides counter. And I kind of want to
You could have
remake my
thrown a
Sora
punch.
moves. I kind of want to remake my Sora moveset now to like
Mm-hmm.
combine my own stuff with the ultimate stuff. And I can tell you one thing that's going to be gone. I'm killing counter.
Yep.
Don't want that.
Yep. Would that exist as its own submission on the Smashtopia wiki, or would you edit it?
I probably just edit the one I currently have.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well,
All right.
actually, that's something I've been wondering about. Honestly, I don't have a clear answer for it yet because like characters like again Inkling, Steve, Rex and Pyra, Sora, and then some of the stages. Cloud C. I made a stage for Dive to Heart. I made a stage called Creative Mode
Yep.
for Steve. That was essentially a Minecraft version of the Super Mario Maker stage.
Right.
Who's the other character? Inkling. Oh yeah, no, I made a different stage for them. I made Salt Spray Rig, which is one of my personal
Mm-hmm.
favorites. It's like something I've thought about. Like, what do I do with these? Like, should I leave them on the wiki? Should I put up the Smash version of them? Should I make a like amalgamation of mine and theirs? And I'm leaning towards either just depending on the thing, either amalgamating it or just putting the Smash version up, or like putting up at the top of those pages, put like a banner that says like this is a legacy submission or whatever created before they were added to Smash. Blah blah blah.
Right.
It's like that's why it's so weird and different. Here's an update, and then put like a link to an updated version where I do if I decide to do an updated version of well either an updated version or like an actual Smash equivalent. Like I don't think any like for Cloud C, the version of mine, I don't think I would just. There's no reason to amalgamate it because it's just pretty much the same stage but flipped and like one property that's different. I would probably just put a legacy link on that one and upload a real version of Cloud C of Alres at some point.
Right. Right. Okay.
But like with
Yeah, good old Cloud. Yeah.
yeah, but like with Sora,
Right.
Steve, and Inkling, I think I'd still want to put up like an amalgamated version of each. I don't know if I'd do an amalgamated version of Steve. I think it just might have like the official Smash version up there. Maybe change one or two things. But I think his Steve
Right.
absolutely blows my out of the water. I think my Inkling is okay. I think my Sora is still fine for the most part, but I would have changed a few things these years later. Because I think I created him back in like
Right.
2017 or 2018. Whatever
It was
after
back
it was
in
after
the
KH3
day, yeah.
release because I have KH3 material on his page. But like
Mhm.
one thing I don't know is like what the fuck we're gonna do with Rex and Pyra. Because it's so different.
Yeah.
We'll have to
is.
figure out what
It
we're
is.
going to do with that at some point. I'll probably put a legacy banner on it, but I don't know. And Pyra
Hmm.
Myth will appear on the wiki, but I don't know if we want to do something else with Rex, like maybe do a Pokemon trainer type thing, but him commanding 3 different blades or something. I don't know, or just Rex himself.
Right.
Yeah, that feels weird to do Rex himself.
Mm-hmm.
Blades
Yeah,
themselves
Rex with
don't feel
3 different
weird,
blades could work,
but the
yeah.
drivers themselves do feel weird. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I understand. Um, we'll see.
Yeah, it's something cool to
see.
say at some point. Because like I've been making an effort to upload a lot of the official Smash content on the wiki. Because eventually I would like to have everything except for like spirits and uh, event matches, like all enemies, bosses, characters, stages, items, all that stuff. I like to have it all be up on the wiki eventually. Some things that have like my own little
Mhm.
change on them. Like I changed, Donkey Kong is up there now. He's one of the newest ones, but I changed his Final Smash. I'm working on Pikachu
Nice.
right now, who might be up by the time this video is released. I'm not sure yet. And I'm changing his side special, and I'm giving him an extra. I'm not changing anything else on his moveset, but I'm changing his side special. Because I was like, yeah, I can do something a little bit different than Skull Bash. It's gonna be similar, but at least it won't be Skull Bash. That he can't,
Right.
learn that move. Now, granted, Thunder Jolt doesn't exist, but whatever.
Yeah, there's
But I've been
Hammer
avoiding.
Poochie.
I've been intentionally avoiding adding any ultimate characters onto the wiki because I want enough time to pass for me to really sit and think about some of this stuff. Like, what do I want to do?
Yeah, yeah. That'll we'll have some time. We'll have
Yeah,
some time to sort it out. It'll be fun.
yeah.
Um, check out the Smashtopia wiki. We always link it in the description of these videos. Aha.
Do we?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't.
Or is
I
it only
know.
in the
I know.
Smashtopia episodes?
I don't know. Like, I know we've always said that we would include links to whatever
Yeah.
character we're working on the Smashtopia episodes, but I don't think we've ever actually done it. Partly because sometimes
No,
the pages don't exist when the videos get posted. We're trying to do
Mhm.
better this season. By we, I mean me. But I wanted to make that initiative in season 2, but then we got tied up near the middle, and it was just a mess. But
Mhm.
I'm hoping to do better this season.
Right. Yeah, I agree. And hey, we're finally caught up on all the Smashtopia stuff that we already did on the podcast anyway.
Yeah,
So at
but
least there's
remind
that.
me, what was the last thing that we had to catch up on that got added onto the wiki?
Uh, let me check here. Yes, it was Dr. Mario,
No, it was your stages.
Elf Bowling Elf.
It has not been discussed on the podcast at this point in time.
It has now.
But not in the Smashtopia.
We'll fix that. There'll be an
Honestly,
episode one day where we talk
I
about
would
a
not be
Christmas game.
shocked. I would not be shocked.
All right. Yeah. Well, there's 10 stages. We'll talk about that in another small story. But yeah, there's 10 stages.
I mean, we
episodes
talked
left
about
on
we
that
talked
channel.
about those stages in the stage episode. So
Yeah. Oh, yeah. True.
yeah.
Yeah. Just very briefly, you can see those now too.
Yeah.
There's I don't even know what my favorite of those was. It might be Manner of Sleep from Fatal Frame. So go look at that. There you go.
Manor of Sleep, Triple Pond, Space Owl something library. I don't remember what that one was called. Rico Harbor.
Triple Pond. Yeah. Yeah. We waited so long. I mean, I waited so long to upload this
That you forgot some of the details?
between, yeah,
Yeah.
that and a year between the like that episode happening and now, Rivals of Ether had the Truckle Pond actually in their game.
Nice.
Now I was like, how are we going to make this different? I was like, oh yeah, just make the truffles that are jumping out of the water not damage you because Rivals of Ether's stages are evil. So that was easy.
That's why I was really glad that when Aang got revealed for the Nickelodeon All-Star game, I was like, oh good, he doesn't fight like my version of Aang. Thank God.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy that Avatar's getting a lot of stuff in that game and in general is really making a comeback. But Aang could have been done better there.
Yeah.
That's
really
just
could have.
fair use for me, really. Especially when Korra is an Avatar-like character in
Yeah.
the same game. But okay,
Mhm.
okay. So your Aang, speaking of things that win, your Aang beats Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl's Aang.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
at least there's that.
We
There's
both
that.
used the same taunt, though. At least I think it
Oh,
was a taunt. I
yeah.
might have made it be a victory pose. I don't remember offhand. But I definitely used that animation. You gotta, though. You gotta.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The one where he makes the pizza.
Yes. A lot of it.
Yep. Yep.
So, question for you with Sora.
Mhm.
Does
Yeah.
Sora open the door to fourth parties?
No. I mean, we got a pretty fine example of that here, didn't we? I mean, Sora is a Disney-owned character.
Yeah.
The extent to which they allowed their other properties that are non-video game properties to be shown was the Mickey Mouse keychain. And if that feels revolutionary, which it does, then we have a very long, arduous path to go for anyone that wants a fourth party character. Right?
Now, to be fair, we don't necessarily know why. That's the extent of the Disney property. Was it Disney that said you can only have Sora, but no Donald, no Goofy, no Mickey Mouse, or was it Nintendo was like, we only want Sora, we don't want to show anything that's fourth party? We don't know. We do not know that. It could easily be either way. It could have been both. We have no way of knowing this. But I mean, my viewpoint on it is like, yes, Sora is owned at least in part by Disney. This is we know this for sure. But I don't think that necessarily means anything. Just because we get a character who is associated with non-video game stuff, that doesn't mean we're all of a sudden going to get Spider-Man or Shrek or Goku or Solomon Grundy. I don't think that doesn't mean anything. Like, if you're going to take that path, then look at the Belmont Bros. Dracula. Is Dracula a video game character? Well, in the Castlevania version of him is yes. I don't think you can make the argument. I was like, oh, Dracula the boss. That means, he's a non-video game character. It's like, no, he's not. Now, like Dracula in the novel is very different from Dracula in Castlevania. There's some similarities, sure, but they're not the same guy. Same thing. No. Sora is not Mickey Mouse. It's not the same. You can't really equate that. If we get Goku from Yu Yuki out of the Smash, that's not Goku from Dragon Ball. They're different characters. No. They might both be based. They're in. If you want to take it further, like they're not based on each other. I think they're both based off the character from Journey to the West. That doesn't mean that the Monkey King is gonna be added into Smash.
How unfortunate.
I mean, Yu Yuki's Goku is technically a version of the Monkey King, but again, it's not that Monkey King.
Yeah. No, I get you, and I agree. I think
Geralt.
Maybe what it came down to Sora too. Yeah,
Geralt. Well, honestly, Geralt might be a little bit closer, a little bit more difficult to make that same argument with, because technically that Geralt is the Geralt from the books. But the author has also said that he no longer considers the Witcher games canon, so technically, it's a different Geralt.
That's a funny story. Yep.
Yeah. He's like, oh yeah, sure, you can make a game. I don't think it's gonna be any good though. Game turns out to be good, or at least sells well. And he's like, wait, hold on, give me more money. And they're just like, no. It's like, fine, well, your game's not canon anymore. Okay. Do we care? Now, to be fair, I can see the argument of just like companies screwing over a creator. I get the argument. I don't know the details. I'm not really going to comment on things. But the only thing I can really say is that guy negotiated for a low price, and then he wanted more money out of it, and there was nothing in the contract that said that they had to do that. Should they have? That's not something I'm going to touch. Right. I only know a limited version of the facts.
Right. Yeah. Same here. And I think Geralt would be fine because, again, as you said, it's interpreted as a different version of the character. Although, and again, it's something that it's so ubiquitous to gaming. It just doesn't matter at this point.
Yeah.
Like Dragon Ball may have a huge presence in gaming, but it's still
a manga
Goku
anime.
from the manga, and exactly.
And even when people say like, oh well, what about this one character from this one Dragon Ball game that first appeared in the games and then appeared in other stuff later? It's like that's still no. No. That's like saying that Harley Quinn is a TV character and not a comics character because she first appeared in Batman the Animated Series. No, Harley Quinn is a comic book character.
Yeah, exactly. Or it's like having I forget its name, an original character to the Star Wars video games in Smash.
Starkiller.
Having Starkiller. I mean, that would be massively totally lying.
Yeah.
Correct. So there are still lines to draw, and I think so long as Sakurai is the director at the very least, those lines will continue to be drawn because he's been outspoken on the topic in the past.
Yeah.
I think, and I think kind of what the standstill came down to with Disney footage, as characters, as you said, could have been Disney's part and Sakurai's part. He's like, don't have Donald and Goofy. Okay, didn't want him anyway.
Yeah.
It's like, I wanted Yen Sid. Sid. Jack Skellington.
So like, I would have been okay if like Disney characters had appeared uh, like as cameos on the stage, kind of like how Garrick Bach does it, or King of Fighters Stadium, like having Jack or Aladdin or Hercules being in the background of Hollow Bastion cheering people on. I think that would have been cool, but I'm really okay that it's not the case. I'm more okay with there being no Disney in there. Donald and Goofy being in a Trinity in the final smash would have been great as well, but we don't necessarily need it. What I do think is a little bit strange is that they removed from Sora's Dive to Heart.
Yeah.
It's like they were, because like the Dive to Heart for Kingdom Hearts has Donald and Goofy in the little character portraits, but in the Smash version of that stage, they took his Dive to Heart portrait and they're just like, we're going to remove Donald and Goofy, we're going to put in the raft and the Paopu fruit. It's like, okay. I mean, that's how you really know that at least one of the two said no Donald and Goofy. Whether it was Disney, whether it was Sakurai, or both, we have no fucking idea. But somewhere on the line, they were they were not allowed to use those characters or didn't want to for whatever reason. Something went down there. I would love to know how that conversation went, but I don't think we'll ever know.
I agree. It's going to be one of those things that remain a secret, just like the remaining Smash Ballot spots and their order. But,
yeah, we will never know just how high Cranky Kong really was.
Maybe he'll tell us how high he was in the Super Mario movie made by Illumination.
Chris Pratt is Mario, everyone. Seth Rogen is Donkey Kong.
Yep. Yay. That's probably why Disney didn't allow Donald or Goofy in Smash. They're like, screw that.
Well, yeah, they didn't want Pee Wee Herman to voice Donald.
Yep. Who was going to voice Goofy? Eric?
Gilbert Gottfried.
That would have been worth it.
I mean, he's already Iago.
Yeah, precisely. In Fire Emblem, yeah.
God. No, I watched the Let's Play of Fire Emblem Fates, and the Let's Player used the Iago voice for Iago. He was like, I love this character now. It was so good. So good.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Very nice. But I mean, yeah, regardless, Sora is in Smash. It's a thing.
He is in Smash, and not only is he in Smash, but he has ended Ultimate. Outside of potential balance updates, Ultimate's done. I don't expect we're going to get any more content. Maybe I think we would get just one more balance patch, because I think there was one patch after Bayonetta, if I remember correctly. Either that or she came with the last patch. I don't remember for sure. But we might get one last patch, but then that is it. Ultimate is going to be completely done. We won't get anything else. And as much as I love Smash and I want more Smash always, I don't want another Smash for a while. For a couple reasons. One, Sakurai needs a vacation. Oh my god. That man is going to work himself into early retirement. I'm surprised he hasn't yet. I don't know how much he is joking when he makes his videos, but he actually puts on the persona of like, I am so fucking tired. Please let me go home. Please. I don't remember which character it was, where in the very middle of the presentation they just zoom in on his face and he just slowly blinks like, dear God, release me from this hell. It might have been Steve. I feel like it might have been Steve.
Yeah,
But
I
also,
understand that. That character took forever.
yeah, but also from our perspective, I think it's going to be interesting for us moving forward to like, okay, what do we do now that we will no longer have active new Smash content coming out? Because
Yes.
this is kind of like the
Yeah.
interesting period for us, and it's the same thing I've seen two other groups go through, Game Explain and Show Me Your News. These channels started out talking about Smash speculation when a new game was being in development and we were getting information. Show me your news during the Brawl era, and they would do weekly roundups about the posts that were going up on the dojo. And then Game Explain started out during Smash 4. And it was a test for each of them once Smash ended, like how they would succeed, where they'd be able to keep going. Game Explain branched out, talking about general Nintendo stuff. And they've kept going, although they've had some, yeah, controversy in recent
Uh-huh.
times. But as a channel, they are still surviving. But Show Me Your News died off. I don't think they lasted too long after Brawl released before they ended up closing down, which was a real shame because they were very entertaining to listen to.
Yeah.
And it's going to be interesting to see
Yeah,
what we do. That
it's gonna be
our
an
the advantage
interesting
for
one.
us is that we don't just talk about news though. We go speculation.
Mhm.
We go all new in character move sets. We discuss a whole bunch of things. Uh, but it's still
Yeah.
going to be interesting to be like, okay, what's going to happen with this? We won't have to deal with any more episodes where we have to punt ideas into future time slots because Sakurai announced something and now we got to talk about it. That's going to be different.
Until we get his new Ice Climbers game that he's working on or something. But
Ice
that'll come in
climbers
soon.
up climbing.
Ah,
Got
an
it.
even better idea than what was
Honestly,
it? Dip
I would
whatever.
I would rather see him do a take on Takamaru though. I think that'd be
Oh
more
yeah,
interesting. Like honestly, I
that'd be
don't know
great.
what you can really do with Ice Climbers to make it different and interesting, but he can definitely do something with Takamaru, and then he can finally add Takamaru to Smash like he's wanted to since Brawl.
Yep. There you go. There you go. I
There
mean, you
you
could have
go.
done it in this game, the option for Piranha Plant anyway. So
Yeah.
yeah, well, on one end, you get a surprise bonus fighter with Piranha Plant, and then on the other side, you get a surprise bonus fighter with Sora. What a
Yeah.
time!
Yeah. It is.
What a time!
It is a time. It is a
You end
time.
you end the fighters pass on Byleth, and then you end the other one on Sora. It's like holy god! Wonderful times. Wonderful times. I am pretty overall pleased with Smash. I mean, putting Sora in the game, along with a couple of the other inclusions that we've been waiting for a very long time,
Yeah.
um, it doesn't make me not hate a character like Piranha Plant or that Incineroar made it in over Decidueye or whatever.
Yeah.
It makes up for it. It's like, okay, if we had to get freaking Piranha Plant for Sora to be in Smash, fine.
Yeah.
This time around, you know.
Uh, and
Until we get Smash 6, we get
I
Sorry.
had to say as well though that like not counting Piranha Plant because he's a little bit different here. I do kind of believe that he was supposed to be base game. I don't know if that's ever been disproven, but I do kind of I fall into the belief where like he was supposed to be base game but had to be pushed, and that's why he was handled the way he was for DLC as a free bonus, as long as you played the game until a certain uh, before a certain point. But beyond
Right.
that, there's only really pretty much every character. Even if I wasn't personally excited for them, I saw the excitement for them. Terry, huge for the fighting game community. In Fatal Fury King of Fighters is big in South America. Steve, I'm not a Minecraft guy, but Minecraft is
Mm-hmm.
fucking huge. Banjo and Kazooie.
Mm-hmm.
I never played it. I watched somebody else play it after Banjo was released, but I know he has a huge part in Nintendo's history, and a lot of people are huge fans of the character. Kazuya,
Mm-hmm.
not a Tekken guy, but Tekken is fucking huge. Like I'm good with that.
Mm-hmm.
Sephiroth is one where I was very surprised, but I was like, "What the fuck?" But I'm down
I
for
know,
it.
right?
Really, really the only misstep I feel like there was, as we've talked about countless times, Byleth.
Violet.
I
Yep.
I don't get that one. I do wonder if something went on there. I know there's a theory that we were supposed to have, or that they tried to get a Monster Hunter character that fell through. They tried to get a Resident Evil character that fell through. So they just used their Monster Hunter basic idea and gave it to Byleth. I don't know if that's true or not, but I know there was that theory out there for a long while. I could believe it. I could also see like people saying like Min Min. That was kind of a weird choice, and like you're not wrong. Arms has felt like a dead game, and unless we get an Arms 2 announcement in the next, I would say, year, then it's like, why Min Min? Even the Arms director, when
Yeah.
when Ultimate was not before Ultimate release, people were talking about characters, and they asked the director from Arms. He was like, I think it's a little soon. So if he thought it
Mm-hmm.
was soon, I mean, I don't know. That one felt weird to me. I'm glad it was. I'm glad that it was Min Min though, because over Springman. But also, like, there's one thing I'll say about Arms that hey, those characters, they are definitely going to bring unique properties. So that's at least
Mm-hmm.
something that they have over Byleth. And then Pyramithra,
Mm-hmm.
the other first party character choice, uh, Sakurai wanted them in. Sakurai wanted Rex in at least in base game. So I mean, there's that already, and they're fun to play. The game is great. I understand why some people don't care for it, but I personally prefer it over the original Xenoblade, mainly because of the battle style.
Yeah.
I'm not much of a fan of the battle system in the original Xenoblade. I don't like that. Oh,
Yeah.
only
You're.
one character can fight these guys unless they get toppled. I don't like that. Don't like that.
I liked Xenoblade One a lot when it first came out.
The story's
Um,
great. The story's great.
the story the story is great. And that's what kind of powered me through it. And that and the Wii was just bereft of any RPGs, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, after playing Xenoblade 2 and returning to Xenoblade Definitive Edition on the Switch, I could see where you're coming from. It's pretty cumbersome
Yeah,
to have
it's
to
it's
toggle
also
them up and then not
more
out.
MMO esque than Xenoblade Two is.
Yeah, yeah, it is. And I'm fine with that. I mean, but Xenoblade 2, I mean, it's an evolution of the series,
Yeah,
right? You invoke more of a personality into it, and it's hit or miss for some people because Xenoblade 1 was a little more serious, whatever.
yeah.
Um,
And let's be
yeah,
real, the
but
voice acting in Xenoblade Two is off at times.
you don't
Holy
like
shit!
blushy crushy?
I did see recently. I found this out that apparently, uh, the game was a lot of stage actors that were doing the voice acting for it instead of like people that would normally do voice acting, and they record it pretty much chronologically for the lines. So that's why
Mhm.
it's very rough in the beginning, but it gets a lot better towards the later parts of the game. Still not great with
Yeah.
some characters. Rex is honestly one of the weak points, but
Hmm. Yeah.
yeah.
Deserter's the highest, of course. Or no, no,
No,
the one,
Zerd
the
is actually pretty good. Yeah.
I agree, but the one, meh, meh, meh. That guy.
I mean, I don't know. Tora is actually really good. I don't know.
Yeah.
I know you're making Tora jokes, but no, like while Tora is a joke at times, his acting is pretty solid.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
I would say
Um.
Tora, Azurta, uh, there's somebody Dromark I think is pretty good.
Hmm. Agreed.
Rex,
I like Mia as well. Um.
Pandoria, and
Mhm.
Zeke. Oh my god.
Fun times. They're fun times.
Honestly, I think Pandoria
Yeah.
is
I
my
mean,
favorite of the Blades. She's just fun.
she is most definitely. Um. It's sad that a character like that probably has a chance for
Also,
Smash,
what
but
a design! What a design she
yeah.
has. I love
Yeah.
that. That's so
Absolutely.
good.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That is something that we agree on.
Mm-hmm.
Her and Zeke are really fun characters. But yeah, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 13. 13 DLC characters overall.
Yeah.
For Smash,
Funny thing about the
as
number
opposed
13
to
in Kingdom
3.
Hearts.
Oh God, are we talking about the real organization 13 or?
Well, I mean, like, Sora is the 13th DLC fighter. he was released like 13 days
Yeah.
after he was revealed. That there, people were talking about like all these number 13 things with swords. Like, what the fuck? How much of this was planned? Stop it! Stop it, Nomura! I hate you. Why is there an X on his shirt? Fuck.
Barry, where are you?
God,
yeah, I'm
honestly,
very pleased with the amount of DLC that we got, though. Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
Barry.
And I'm overall pleased with the first party picks. Byleth is a sore spot.
Yeah.
I just don't care that much. It's like, okay, yeah, whatever. Byleth and Garreg Mach Monastery is a bad stage that could have been awesome, actually, and they just kind of didn't do it.
Honestly,
but just looking
like
at
Garreg Mach Monastery as a stage, I kind of like it, but the characters in the background look terrible. And I found out the reason for that is because the models were strictly just straight up ported from Three Houses into Smash, but they don't look good in Smash. They don't. They look fine in Three Houses, but in Ultimate's engine, I don't know if it's like the engine itself, it's the art style. Well, I don't know what it is. I'm not a video game designer. I wish I was though. But they just do not look good. They look terrible. They look like Aang in Nickelodeon All Stars.
Looks like a walking thumb in that game.
Yep.
Put them on Spy Kids. But it's but yeah, I mean, we got so many highlights. Banjo was a huge one for so many of us.
Yeah.
Myself included. That mimicry of him in the K Rool trailer was awesome. As well. Hero was same effect for overseas with the Japanese audience.
Yeah.
That we were having for Banjo.
Again, the only thing I didn't like about Hero was that they have the 11th hero as the main one. I really wish it was Erdrick. I feel like it should. It was the only that hero because that was the newest game. That's the only fucking reason. Should have been Erdrick though. Should have been Erdrick. Not that it really matters in all honesty, game, but
yeah, I would imagine that if Heroes in the next game, it would be Erdrick or the next big hero, I guess. But
depends on if they can keep the same build with character model. Because like the hero from 7 cannot be an alt because he's too short compared to the others. It wouldn't work for an alt.
Right.
So it kind of depends.
Yeah.
So, some of the avatars I also
idea
some of the avatars I also kind of hope that for the next Smash they change which one is the default. Like, because for all of them except for Wii Fit Trainer, it's the male version is the default. It's like, could we get like female Corrin to be the default? I think that'd be good. Female Corrin looks better than male Corrin again. There's some debate over the Robin and Byleth, but I think I could be wrong here. But I believe it's generally considered that female Corrin looks better than male Corrin.
Right, and I think female Byleth is more popular at the moment.
Female Byleth, I think, would be considered that if it wasn't for the tights or lack thereof.
It's a strange design. Every so often, you get these strange design choices that remind us that most game designers were little boys at a time.
Pyra, Pyra's shorts.
Yeah.
What
Pyra,
the fuck?
We decided to give Zero Suit Samus high heels.
Like, honestly, like it's weird sometimes how Smash has to censor things. But like giving Pyra leggings for Smash, like thank you,
Yeah,
because it looked so weird to have these like 2-inch long shorts. It's like, what the fuck? You're not covering anything, girl. Shit.
It was pretty awkward.
Fucking fuck. Yeah. God. It's so weird.
And to Hideki Kamiya's benefit, I mean, Bayonetta is a great character who is very sexual.
How weird must it be to have your clothing made out of your hair?
And exactly. But it's executed in a way that makes sense, right? Like it's tasteful to the game.
I mean,
Pyra is just like, okay.
Honestly, I look at Bayonetta, and let me just make sure I'm thinking this right to get a picture of her. Like, I honestly, okay, yeah, I don't see a problem with her outfit. I don't.
Yeah.
Like, I don't see what's the issue with it. Like, yes, it's skin tight. That's very common with things.
Right.
But I mean, she's not
Mhm.
now. Her poses, you got provocative poses in there, but her outfit is fine. It's not like
Right.
she's revealing half of her goddamn body like Pirate is.
Yeah. Yeah. They were, um, just yeah. Certain sects of the gamer universe were upset when Bayonetta first came out.
Yeah, yeah, they were.
It was pretty entertaining. It was pretty entertaining. You know who
I mean, I was
who
one of them
you're.
because I didn't know who she was, and I was just like, "What do you mean she's winning your poll? I don't know who this is."
Yeah.
I still
At
like.
least it wasn't for those reasons.
I still
Yeah.
personally like. I watched the LPs of the two Bayonetta games recently, and I still kind of don't understand how she would have been so high up the list. And it really does make me wonder, like, how high was she actually? Because I watched them and I was like, they had their moments, but for the most part, I was like, I kind of don't care about these games. These games would have
Mhm.
never caught my attention if it wasn't for her being in Smash. It's not like God of War or Devil May Cry, where it's like, ooh, wow, that kind of looks cool. Bayonetta just didn't
Yeah.
get me. There's some elements of
Yeah.
it that I think are interesting, um,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah,
Um, and I mean, initial sales during the original's release would agree with you. And then Nintendo came in and saved the series.
yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of it was corporate motive. They saw that she was maybe top 10, top 15, like, okay, but
I think it
I
really
think
was just
recency
like
bias played into it.
whoever they had a
Yeah.
close relationship with the company, they just kind of like skimmed. Like, okay, who's a company that we can easily get something from? Hey, aren't we friends with Platinum? Yeah. We could try Bayonetta. Who? This person. Like, oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, good again. Good for the Bayonetta fans, but me personally, I was just like, even after watching her games, I don't care. Now that said, watching the trailer for Bayonetta 3, I was like, okay, that looks fun. But I love her design in the
Pretty cool,
Bayonetta
yeah.
3 trailer. Like, that is a good design. I want that to be her new
Yeah.
default in Smash. I want Metroid Dread's design for Samus to be her new default in Smash. Please, dear God, it's so fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
No
Mm-hmm.
spoilers, but holy fuck, that game.
Yeah,
Again, I'm
absolutely.
not a Metroid person. That's Twi'lex's job. But Dread is fucking good. I will never play it because I will scream
Yeah.
like a scared little boy. I will have my first encounter with an Emmy and I will turn the game off. I don't do stealth segments. That's why
Right. Right.
that's
Right.
why like when I first played
Um,
Persona 5, I got caught a couple times in the first palace and
Mhm.
I put the game down for a couple months before I picked it back up. Eventually beat
Yeah.
it. But oh boy, I was not good in the very beginning of that game. And
Yeah.
it made me a little stressed
So
out.
it goes sometimes. Yeah, and what a benefit to be a Smash player and let these character choices influence our outside gaming too.
Yeah,
Because Persona 5 would have never been something that either of us would have been turned towards had it not been for
yeah,
Ultimate, and that became a major thing for you.
yep. It's
I
like
mean, you've
I've
since
mentioned it on the
doubled
show
what, like the
before.
entire series.
Well, I haven't played the
Yeah.
entire series, but it's something I mentioned before. Like when Joker's reveal, it's like I literally don't know who this is. I had never heard of Persona
Mhm.
before. I had heard of Shin Megami Tensei, but I didn't know anything about it. I'd heard of Jack Frost, but I didn't know anything about
Hmm.
it. But two different friends groups were being like, we're all excited for this. Like, oh my god, Persona, yeah! I was like, people know what this is?
What?
Hold up, wait, it's an RPG? And it's about kids kicking corrupt adults' asses?
Yeah.
Okay. You have
Sounds
my
about right.
interest.
Sounds
And
about
then
right.
I played Persona 5.
Yeah.
I 100%ed it. I got all the trophies. I played Persona 4. I 99% of the trophy. Fuck. I forget what it's called. Fuck the
Yeah.
trophy about Rise and her lines in battle. Fuck that trophy so goddamn much. I played through Persona 3, beat that one. I played through 100% Persona 5 Royal. I got both the trophies and all the in-game achievements. Holy
Right.
fuck, some of them. And I've since done a 99% recording of Persona 4 Gold, and it would have been 100%, but I fucked up at one point. I locked myself out of a book, and I was very upset.
Uh,
We were having issues with recording one episode, and it kept crashing, and I got frustrated, and apparently I missed an option, and I didn't get a book. I was not
oh boy,
happy.
it do be that way sometimes. Yeah, seriously. Um,
I want to
yeah.
record
So
P5
so
someday,
it
but that's going to be a
goes. So
while
it
off.
goes. Yeah. I mean, admittedly, and this is a. Oh yeah, you've got your backlog.
But yeah,
Yeah.
there's several main characters
Yeah.
in Smash that when they get revealed, suddenly they're on my radar of things to do. Like
Hmm.
I never would watch an LP of Bayonetta or a Banjo Kazooie if they didn't get added into Smash.
Yeah.
I never would have
I think
played
you
Tekken
started
7
playing Dragon
if
Quest
Kazuya
11,
didn't get added.
right?
But didn't what? Oh, I played Dragon Quest
Oh, you
11.
played.
I don't remember if I started that before or after he was revealed. I feel like it was before. I'm not
Oh,
sure
okay.
though. But I played Dragon Quest 8
Got
to
it.
completion before they were revealed, and I played 7 as a kid, but I never beat 7.
Got it. Got it. And you learned how to build a bonfire in Minecraft afterwards too.
No, I never have built a bonfire in Minecraft.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did you eat a steak?
Everybody has eaten a steak in Minecraft.
Okay.
And then we held our meat. And then it got
Yeah.
patched out. And we could no longer hold our meat.
That was so ridiculous.
It never would have gotten
that
patched
was
out
a
if the
time.
internet didn't make a big deal out of it.
Mm-hmm. Too bad. Maybe next time.
God. There's so many news articles and videos just called Steve's Meat. It's like, God, guys. Could you please?
Yeah.
Please.
We have a mutual friend who was way too invested in that. Doesn't even play Smash or like it.
So
That's the audience that I want to.
So there's something I want to throw at you here. So in
Yeah.
Smash 4, we were getting all the DLC. It was just character, stage, and and we got meat costumes, but they were separate. We only got 3 third-party characters out of this DLC for Smash 4. The other ones were all returning characters, which was pretty much everybody except for Wolf and Ice Climbers in P2.
Mm-hmm.
It felt weird to me that Wolf wasn't one of the returning characters, but whatever. But of the 3 third-party characters we got Ryu, we got Bayonetta, and we got Cloud. Coming into Ultimate, 2 of them got assist trophies. Bayonetta got Rodan. Yeah, I found it's pronounced Rodan. It's not Rodan. But that's something that caught me off guard. Bayonetta got Rodan. Ryu got Guile. Cloud didn't get anybody as an assist trophy, and I kind of think it's because, well, we almost didn't get Cloud. Negotiations were kind of fucky there. So I kind of want to talk about let's assume that for the next Smash game, all of the DLC characters from Ultimate are coming back in the base game, and like Bayonetta and Ryu got to do assist trophies for their games. Let's assume that each of them are going to bring an assist trophy as well. But who? Let's discuss. Starting with the beginning of them, we're going to skip Piranha Plant here, but Joker. What do you feel for a Persona or Persona 5 assist trophy?
They could just go the easy route. I think a demon would make sense. They could go the easy route and make it Jack Frost.
Jack Frost would be pretty easy. It'd be pretty
Yeah.
simple. It would make sense, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'd buy into that.
Right. As for other characters that it could possibly be, like from Persona 5, I would assume that it could be just about anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Veering towards the more popular characters, who would be who? It could be Futaba. Could be Akachi.
Futaba would be kind of. I'm sorry. What did you say?
Akechi.
That's not what you said.
Yeah.
Your bitch just said Akachi.
Yep.
Holy shit. Okay. Alright. Futaba is popular. Her, Makoto, I would probably say Haru. They're probably the three more popular party members, I would guess. Futaba is kind of difficult to do because she doesn't actually fight. She's more of a support character. But I was actually thinking not one of those characters, because the things with them is that what makes them interesting is their personas. And so you basically be summoning a character who would then summon their character, which would kind of feel a little bit weird. But I was thinking it would be Morgana,
Right.
because Morgana has this thing where in the metaverse Morgana can turn into a bus. Because hey, for some reason people associate cats with turning into buses. We don't know why. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. We know why. But Morgana can turn into a bus, and in an area of the game can ram into the shadow enemies. So I'm just like, just have Morgana turn into a bus and ran into people, kind of like Captain's assist trophy, but without the bell shit of pulling them in and driving off. I think you could also do, if you're going to do somebody else, I feel like it would be one of the protagonists of either P3 or P4. Probably the P4 protagonist, I would guess, because he's more popular. But then again, you're summoning a character who's going to summon a character, whereas Morgana has something interesting that they can do without that. So that's kind of my thought for my persona.
Right. Yeah, I agree. Morgana could be. I only hear from him because it appears in Joker's taunts and whatever. But I guess it doesn't really
That's
matter.
fair. But yeah, I mean, Chrome.
Yeah.
The other thing about with Morgana too is that Morgana definitely has a lot of fans that do not like Morgana, and there's two big reasons why. One, Morgana kind of obsesses over one of the female characters, and it's a little bit creepy. Like, you're a cat, stop it. And then he also has he also has another character that he fights with, and they kind of get into it. It's like people don't like the way they act with each other, especially they think Morgana kind of goes overboard. Like, I can't disagree, but I think Morgana is the pick in this scenario.
Yeah. It could be Kawakami.
No, it would not be Kawakami. No,
She can clean your house.
No, it's not Kawakami. Jesus Christ.
If you insist.
I do, and I insist we talk about Hero and Dragon Quest assist trophies now.
Okay. Hero and Dragon Quest assist trophies. Well, Rockets. It'll never happen, but
it wouldn't be Rocket Slime, but I could see a slime being the much like how we were saying Jack Frost. And I also want to mention if they were doing one of the shadows/demons from the Persona Shin Megami Tensei games, Jack Frost is kind of like the mascot, but Pixie is more often than not the first one that you meet. So they could easily just do Pixie as well.
Yeah. True. And if you did slimes for Dragon Quest, there's a variety of different slimes that have been prevalent over the years. You can make it the king slime slamming down the stage, or but yeah.
What if? Okay, so you know how the fledgling Pokeball just has fledgling, like he just kind of like hops around and he pecks people. What if the assist trophy isn't just slime? It's like a bunch of slimes that all just pop out at once, like say 10 slimes. And they all just like they just jump around at their own pace and speed and going in different directions. It's like a little slime horde. That'd be fun.
Yep. Yeah. I want side thought. I do wonder if Dragon Quest might be if Dragon Quest is in Smash 6.
Sure.
If we might get more music tracks.
Please, I mean,
reasons,
yes. We won't go too deep into that, but it would be nice just to have more tracks in Dragon Quest, because it's really such a shame that like for such a good series and with such good music, only 8 and only 2 per the 4 games that are represented by the different heroes. That's we can do better.
Yeah. What strange stipulations when you have Castlevania, when you have SNK, so overly generous. It makes it puts it puts Enix in a pale light.
There are some music right complications with Square Enix music, But I really hope that if we get whether we keep Square Enix content in Smash or we get new Square Enix content in Smash, I really hope the music situation works out better. I really hope it does because they have some real talent over there. Not to say other companies don't have talent, but Square Enix has talent. But as for other
iconic in game, yeah.
Yeah. As for other possibilities with Dragon Quest, Slime was definitely one of those I was thinking of. But there's also other part. I don't think we would get a different hero. That'd be kind of weird. But I think there's some other party members that we could potentially get. I know Jessica from Dragon Quest VIII is pretty popular. Might be because of how she dresses, but she's popular. I don't really know what other popular characters from the other games. I think Eric, the thief from Dragon Quest XI, I think he's pretty popular, but I don't know about other games and what other choices there really are. My only real experiences with 7, 8, and 11, and I haven't finished 11 or 7, so... And really out of 8,
right,
Jessica's the only one that I think would really work. I don't really see Genghis. I'm actually forgetting who one of the characters is.
Dragon Lord?
No, that's the boss from the first game. I think he's from the first game. But I'm meaning the party members from 8. I'm actually forgetting. I remember there's Red, but she's like only the DS version. Or 3DS version. But I'm forgetting who the other party member is. Huh. That's, So I'm sure somebody is yelling at me right now. Don't worry, I'm looking it up. Angelo! That's right. Yeah, Angelo's pretty cool. I could kind of see Angelo.
Or,
but I feel like it'd be if it's a Dragon Quest VIII character, it's Jessica. But beyond that,
yeah. Have it be a builder from Dragon Quest Builders, just smashing you with a hammer.
I mean, if we didn't have Steven Smash, I would suggest Steven as the sister, and he would just be able to make constructs around the stage, place random blocks. That actually wouldn't be a terrible idea.
Yeah,
they could just do a build and have that. That'd be interesting.
Yeah. Steve's biggest battle is going to be himself for getting into the next Smash with that development of the character here.
Yeah. Well, luckily, the good thing is they've already done it once. So they already know what they're doing. It's just, do they want to do it again? How much of that same code can they keep?
Right. Yeah. That's going to be interesting. Okay, so there's Morgana. There's Slime, I think, is a consensus here.
I mean, I would say Jessica over Slime.
Banjo.
Banjo-Kazooie.
Oh, yeah.
There's only one possibility that stands out to me.
Is that Mumbo Jumbo?
Gruntilda.
Yeah, Gruntilda is
I could see Mumbo. Too. Mumbo's not a bad option. I actually had forgot about him until you said it. But to me, it's Gruntilda. I don't see any of the character working outside of the possibility of Mumbo. No Klungo, no Bottles, no Tootie. No.
No Bottles?
No Bottles. Bottles is dead. They killed it.
Yeah, that's something that happened.
But I feel like, I don't know what she would do, but I feel like it's Gruntilda.
She can fly around the stage and sparkle her magic dust on the ground, and then whoever is attacked by her magic spell has the controls matched up, just like Skullkin.
That sounds like hell.
Unfortunately, that's actually not too unlikely.
We'll see.
Mumbo could turn you into a washing machine. So there's that.
I don't hate it. It'd be one of those where it's like you're kind of helpless because you would get like one attack where you open your door and you have like a gimp jump, but that's all you be able to do. That's actually an interesting idea.
Yeah.
I like it.
It is.
Terry Bogard, Fatal Fury.
Oh God. There's a lot. I'm assuming it would be Jin or Rio or not Jin,
Geese.
Rio or Geese. Yeah.
I feel like Geese is an easy choice. I could also see them going though for somebody like Hao Rang or Nakaruru.
Yeah.
Because they would represent both King of Fighting and also Samurai Showdown. Kind of like Katira represents both King of Fighting and Fatal Fury.
Yeah, I could see that too. Um, yeah, that would be appropriate, I think, and having Nakaruru. Um, I would still love her to be playable, um, but all the same, having your fight with her hawk in assist trophy form is better than not having her out.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that worked. Geese, what would his assist trophy be like? He just falls off the side of a cliff immediately.
I don't know. I haven't looked at gameplay videos of Geese, so I don't know. I have no idea how he
Imagine if
fights.
Geese were playable, and then his trailer was Kazuya dropping him off the cliff, but then he gets back up because Geese falls off cliffs. Kazuya
I
drops
feel
people
like
off.
the trailer would involve like towards the end of it, he would be fighting Kazuya, but he knocks Kazuya off a building instead of Geese being the one knocked off the building. So it's like they had that parallel. I think that's what they would probably do in
Yeah,
a
that would
real
be pretty.
scenario.
Yeah, that's true. And Geese is in Tekken 7. I mean, there's not
Yeah.
there's
So is
a difference.
Noctis and Negan. What?
Well, Negan makes sense, but I don't know why Noctis is there.
I don't fucking know,
Jesus.
man. I don't know. It's weird. And you can play as them the Tekken 7 bowling mode.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a
What a
thing.
time.
God. Uh,
Yeah, there's so much you can do for King of Fighters.
yeah,
Fatal Fury. You can't go wrong. It's just that the characters are more obscure to me.
yeah,
Um, I do
same.
like that they have characters that speak to the legacy, and I like that they have it. They're catering to a region in gaming that really isn't catered to that often in anything in media
Mm,
with South America. Huge population. So good for them.
yeah. It's not a third party, but we
I
can go ahead and talk about Byleth and Fire Emblem Three Houses. I have a
well,
few
yeah.
potential ideas. Like I already discussed Raphael in our Sister Review podcast,
Mhm.
and I think he could his work. I think you could have like Dorothea singing and like giving yourself like a boost your stats. You could have Sedith or Ingrid uh, like attacking from the sky on their mounted units. Hilda could run around with
Mhm.
her axe. There's some stuff that you can do
Mhm.
with them.
Yeah, absolutely. Aloise can come in and cheer you on no matter what side you're on. Uh, Flame can summon a giant fish to fly through the stage.
And instead of bringing
Uh,
back Poke Floats, we brought back Flame Floats.
yeah, there you go. Amazing. Gatekeeper can appear and he can uh, open up a gate, and your opponents go into the gate, and then he blows it up. Very similar to Sora. That's gonna be Sora's replacement when Sora doesn't make it into Smash Six. It's gonna be Gatekeeper.
It's just gonna be Gatekeeper. And somebody taught him magic.
There you go. There you go. It's explained. There you go.
Jesus.
Of course, if Edelgard, Dimitri, and Claude are not playable, they can be a sister.
Yeah, easily.
Um, Sad enough. I mean, imagine you could have not had Violet in this game and then made all three of those characters playable.
Yep.
Would it have been a little much? Yes.
Yeah.
I'm just saying you could have.
Yeah.
You could have.
I would say like pick one of them to represent a new weapon type, and then get weapon types for other older games. Like you can pick Claude to be your
Yeah.
bow user. You can pick Hector to be your axe user. You can pick Ephraim to be your lance user. Done. Got it.
There you go. There you go.
Min Men in Arms. I mean, we already have Spring Man as his trophy, and I guess it's kind of arguable if you need anything else as his trophy from Arms. But there are a couple characters I feel like have unique enough properties to them. I think you could do
Mhm.
Master Melly, make him be like essentially a stronger version of Spring Man, but maybe he has like less range or something. You can have Misango with his little auras, Ninjara with his ninja bullshit.
Dr. Coil
Yeah.
could be something.
Helix.
Helix could be something moving around like that.
Imagine you're trying to
yeah.
fly above Helix Cabozo and he just stretches up and still punches you. Sounds like hell to me.
That'd be pretty. That'd be pretty entertaining. It'd be like a Roland Executor, but actually with something.
Yeah.
um, I'm not against it. I'm not against more arms content. It's just bizarre that we got it.
Yeah. I never like in the next match I'm gonna like, okay, you know, sure, as a base game character, one of them, whatever. It's a dead game, but we also want Golden Sun to have a character, so fair enough. It just feels really
Yeah,
weird as to be
yeah.
one of the DLCs here.
I still wonder if we're getting a sequel, but we'll see. The
I give
characters
it
are so
until the
cool.
next E3.
Yeah.
If we don't get one
Hmm.
until then, I mean, we could still get a sequel in a few years, but if we don't get one by E3, then it's just gonna really call into
Hmm.
question for me why Min Min is in Smash. Because every other
Right.
first
Yeah.
party character has been advertising something, and like, sure, it's been a bit since Xenoblade Chronicles 2, but at least, you know, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 isn't a multiplayer fighting game that then essentially died on delivery.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Moving on though.
Um.
Oh no, unless you had
Yeah.
something.
Oh, no, we're good.
Steve in Minecraft. I feel like there's one option.
Oh, buddy.
Creeper.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, there's other enemies that you could pull. Like you could have the Ender Dragon or the Wither. You could have Pigmen, witches, whatever. But I feel like it's gotta be Creeper. Gotta be Creeper.
Yeah. 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 Absolutely. You can do pig. Just have it walk around. You can ride on it. Turn it
I
into
guess
some sort of meat to eat.
it would
Um.
be kind of interesting if like a pig or maybe like a cow or something could spawn on the Minecraft stage, and it's just there to be in your
Mhm.
way. Like it doesn't do anything; it just wanders, and it could just interrupt your attacks. I guess that'd be kind of fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Steve. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, creeper is the obvious choice.
Yeah,
Um. Above and beyond. Uh. Really, not a whole lot more to say with Minecraft. It's there's not a whole lot there.
there's not, there's
As
not.
far- yeah,
It's
yeah, but
like he's one of those. It's like if we when we discuss things like, oh, if you had to add one character from each existing franchise in Smash, who would it be? There's a few franchises that are difficult to do that with. Ice Climber, I know you may pull over, but you don't know what I mean. Game and Watch, Rob, Minecraft. They're difficult to
yeah,
add another character to them. We fit.
you can make an yeah, you
Duck
can make
Hunt.
an Ender Dragon boss.
Oh yeah, easily, easily.
That'd be
I've had
cool.
ideas. I've considered making a stage for the end and having the Ender Dragon be a stage boss.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, Holy cow! But I guess moving on then.
Sephiroth, Final Fantasy. We don't have any because of clouds, so maybe we can finally get one. Uh,
Yeah.
there's a lot of options here. If you're looking at even if you're looking at just Final Fantasy VII, any of the three of
Hmm.
Barrett, Tifa, or Aerith could easily be a good assist trophy. I feel like
Okay.
I'd go with Aerith, but that's just me personally. I think she's just like the more central choice. But Barrett and Tifa would also have a
Hmm.
lot of good functionality, even from the other games. You can go with the classic warrior, the classic black mage. You can go Noctis, Lightning, Cecil, Terra. Really, any
Hmm.
of them. You can go with a
Hmm.
fucking chocobo. So much.
Yeah,
I would
yeah,
personally
you could.
pick
You could
Aerith
make
to
a.
represent 7, and then an 8-bit black mage, just as like a second one.
That'd be neat. That would be neat. You can even make that chocobo run in on a cart.
Well, no, Chocobo doesn't ride the
um,
car. Chocobo skate or roller skates.
oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
That's cool.
No, it
That's
is.
cool. Yeah, there's any number of things. If you expand the series, it's limitless pretty much. Um, there's no limit to break.
Yeah.
um, but yeah, I think Tifa's a very popular choice. Barrett would be more of a wild card of the three. But yeah, I respect the idea of Aerith being in. If you can make her KOable and then play a Sephiroth, I mean that works pretty well.
You know they'd have to now. You know they would have to. Fuck.
Yeah.
It's terrible. Terrible.
And they're gonna just have a throw a curveball in instead and make it well,
Umaro from Final
okay, I
Fantasy
can't.
VI.
Yeah, there you go. That's who they'll make.
The Yeti character.
It's like Yeto and Yeta are going to be the new Zelda characters.
Nope.
Yep.
Nope.
Punished Yeto. What a guy. Yeah, and Final Fantasy VII. It's the other side of it is like, yeah, I'm like, Cecil could be a assist trophy. I'm like, can we please make him play it?
He could work. I feel like Cecil would be one of those that you got to do the transformation mechanic for, though. Going back and forth between Dark Knight and Paladin.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Like, there's some characters that you can do that, but you don't need to, but Cecil, you need to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. There's so much from that series. There's so much from that series. Any number of things would be good.
That's why I was surprised when Sephiroth was our second character. It's like, not a character from a different Final Fantasy? Okay.
Yeah. I get it. I mean, he is freaking awesome.
Yeah.
But it's crazy. It was a shock.
Yeah.
It was wild. That was probably the highlight of the second DLC pack for me.
Yeah. Well, I think the highlight for me of second DLC pack is Sora.
Yep. Understandable. I think in the long run, Sora is going to be easier for me to play as well.
Yeah.
Compared to Sephiroth. Every time I play a Sephiroth, even this day, as we exemplified when we're playing today, I still get so confused with the side special.
Yeah, that's how I am with Sephiroth. Yeah, it can be.
It's an interesting.
It's not what you expect. It's not what you expect.
Exactly. But good problem to have.
Yeah,
they're gonna make it the Little King. That'll be who the assist trophy
from My Life as a King.
Yeah.
I beat that game.
Yeah, that was a great game. I enjoyed that.
It's not a great game.
Yep.
But I put in my hours on it. I was bored.
What a time! You can just spend resources and build bakeries in real time.
Sure, we can make a moveset for Papa Louie from the Papa Louie's games.
No, we can't. Okay.
No, we can't. I don't. That's when the woman's like, "Man, I don't know if you can actually do that."
Wonder if we can make one for Roland Turner.
No. No. You know what we can do? Okay. Figure out a assist trophy for Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I kind of already talked about one earlier. I feel like the best picks for assist trophies from that game are the different blades and not the actual drivers. I just feel that makes more sense. And Rock to me is who I would make. Like, if I could only pick one, I would pick Rock. If I could pick more than that, I mean, then I'm going to get to actually start looking at some real fun shit with some of the ones that you can get randomly. But if I could only have one, I think it's Rock.
Yeah. I mean, you could throw, speaking of Zeke and Pandorian, you can throw them in and have the Ultimate Lightning Fury / Max represented.
Chaos Bringer Zeke.
Easily. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. That could.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
But then I feel like if you do that, you have to have the other drivers as well if their blade is represented. Like, you can't... Like, if you do Zeke and Pandoria, then you have to do Bridget and Mora. You have to do Rock and Van Damme. You have to do Tora and Poppy. Nia and Romar.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Whereas I think you could do Rock singularly. You could do Jin. You could do Cassandra.
Maybe Poppy.
Yeah. I actually, you know what? Good point. I would do Rock, Jin, and then Poppy. That would be my top 3.
There you go.
Poppy Alpha, to be specific.
Right. What if Poppy could be a playable character very easily?
Honestly, she could.
Yeah.
But she'd be one of those where you're doing a transformation mechanic.
Exactly. Yeah, just swap between 3 forms. There you go.
I would make the third
Yeah,
form be your
Tora
final
in the
smash.
background. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Kind of like a Zygarde situation that we're thinking about.
Yeah.
Um, um, yeah. So there's this is one of the things where again, like Final Fantasy, in a short amount of time across three games, people forget about Xenoblade Chronicles Cross, including myself. But it's they've developed such a
I do want to play that one at some point.
lush.
I need to play the
It's a
definitive.
cool
I need to
game.
play the original too. I just haven't done it. But
Yeah,
I've
I
at least
agree.
watched an LP of the original, so I understand what's going on in it. But X, I don't know anything about X.
Right. Yeah, and the story between 1 and 2 still. I mean, you don't think that it intertwines, and then it does.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. They can just make. Oh, I'm forgetting the name. They can make a Juju an assist trophy.
God. I made an assist trophy for Charlotte a while back.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
But like I have her, if I remember, like she appears, but then she immediately disappears, and then you just hear a sniper shot off screen, and she hits you. I think I don't remember if she hits the player to heal them or if she hits somebody. I don't remember what it was, but like she disappears. It's like she's off screen somewhere with her sniper. I just think that's a fun idea.
Yes, that's pretty cool. They can make Russell an assist trophy. They can make.
I don't know who that is.
They can make a rock crab playable.
I thought they were called Crabbles.
Assist trophy. Oh yeah, rock crabbles. What guys are those? They can make the mafioso from the beginning of the game an assist trophy.
Kazuya, Tekken.
Oh god,
we're running out of time here, so want to get through these.
Yeah. I would veer towards more interesting designs for the characters, so like the non-human types,
the non-Heihachi.
Obviously, like Heihachi. Yeah, Heihachi and Jin are up there, right? But it's like no.
I feel like Heihachi has a strong shot, but if I was like, I would not be surprised if it was Heihachi, but I also did not expect Guile from Street Fighter. I think most people would have picked Chun-Li or Kin if Kin wasn't playable. But
right.
I think I think King would also be a cool one to do, but I think a fun one to pick for Tekken, either do Kuma or not Kuma. Is that what? No, he's not called that. Is he called that? Shit, the bear. I forgot.
The bear?
Yeah, he is called Kuma. Yeah.
It is Kuma.
Yeah. Either do like Kuma or do like Alyssa Boskanovich. That would just be out there and fun, and nobody would expect that happening.
Absolutely. Yeah, I was thinking Kuma as well. Kuma and Panda. I mean, those are Heihachi's bears. They know how to fight like Heihachi.
I don't think Panda is. I think just Kuma. I think Panda's switched with somebody else.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Panda.
I might be
Panda's
wrong.
Okay. Panda's the clone of Kuma, though, really. So they both have the Machina style. Mokujin, Tetsujin could be interesting as well.
That's fair. Mokujin is possible.
Fighter moves.
Mokujin, but each time you summon, he does different things based off of different fighters.
Yeah.
That's a good thing to do. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Write that one down.
They can do, I don't know, like harangue if they wanted to, but you just kick people. They can make Gon. Just kidding.
Paul.
There you go.
Rival Cloud for tallest hair.
Yeah, there you go. That would be pretty fun, right? They can have Jack and just have like 1 million of them on the stage and blow up.
And they all blow up.
Then you can have a kangaroo, whatever
Roger
his
Jr.
name is. Roger.
Actually, not
Jr.
Roger.
That's right. Because Roger.
Yeah, I think there's Roger, and there's also Roger Jr. who takes place from. Yeah, but then we also have Alex or Alex Jr. and it's just the same thing. But he's a fucking Velociraptor. It's like, why?
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Velociraptor with boxing gloves.
What a weird series. I mean, having the devil doesn't really cover it.
God.
Oh my lord. Yeah, fun times. I don't even know. There's a few there.
Yeah, definitely. All
Hmm.
right, let's bring it around. Sora, Kingdom Hearts. What's our assist trophy? I see two options that I like a lot. One, I think everybody would
Okay.
go for, and then there's one that I would go for.
Hmm.
But what are you thinking first?
Uh, what if we went with Mufasa
No, no Disney.
and he was there? Oh no, no Disney. Uh, I don't know. I know characters, so I don't know a lot about the function. Just thinking about popular ones. They could do Riku. They could do Roxas. They could do Axel. Who
See,
would it be?
I was thinking that the majority of people would say do Riku, which makes a lot of sense. I can't deny that. And it's not like you'd say, oh, well, he's just
Hmm.
sword. No, he's very much different. He's got the first of all, he's got the power of darkness on his side, and he fights with a different playing style than Sora does. You could make him like a
Hmm.
Sora Echo or semi clone if you were to make him be playable easily, but I feel like don't make him be different. But he could be an assist trophy. But I would actually pick Axel. I think Axel is the better pick for an assist trophy. Again, like he could be
There you
playable, and you don't necessarily say like, oh, they're an assist trophy because you can't make him playable. But I think Axel is a better assist trophy pick. Just my
go. Hmm.
personal thoughts on that. I think he'd be a little bit more fun. He's got he's got his shock rooms to attack with. He's also got fire attacks and create a fucking giant swirling tornado around himself. That's just who I would go for,
Yeah,
for a Kingdom Hearts character. You can go Aqua, you can go Ansem, Zemnis, but no, I say Axel.
Marluxia,
Fuck
Blossom
Marluxia.
Storm.
Well, the madman has done it. He brought
The
Sora
time
to
has
Smash.
come. Yeah,
They opened the door
yeah.
and they sealed the deal. And now we will get no new Smash content for 5, 6, 10 years. It's gonna feel weird. We have been on a constant, near constant drip feed of Smash since Smash 4's reveal. There was a lull in time between Bayonetta and the Ultimate reveal, but it doesn't feel like there was any time at all. I actually wonder. I kind of
Hmm.
will see here when the reveal was, and compared to Bayonetta's release, because it doesn't feel like it was any time at all. It's honestly insane. Let's see here.
Hmm.
She was both Bayonetta and Corrin were released February 3rd, 2016, and Ultimate was revealed either actually I want to say 2018, like March or something.
Hmm.
2018 is when Ultimate was revealed. I'm not sure if the
Holy cow!
wiki shows reveal date for that. Oh no, here it was. It was teased in March 8th, 2018, fully revealed at the following June. So yeah, just barely 2 years in between. It feels like there was no time at all
It
in there.
feels shorter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's crazy.
absolutely.
Smash has not
It is.
stopped for us. In 2017, was a big year for me, like starting the Smashtopia wiki because I created it after Smash 4
Hmm.
was finished and released Bayonetta. And I started adding shit there. 2018 was a light year for me. I only added 2 characters on the wiki because I was consumed with getting real Smash content, and I didn't want to add a bunch of things when Sakurai was currently adding a bunch of things.
Hmm.
But it was
Hmm.
just, man, it feels weird to
It
finally
was
be at an
crazy.
end.
It does. It does. And it seems like that's reflected in the overall community too. Like there was a lot of people after Sora's reveal that were acting like this was the end of Smash. Period. There are a lot of headlines out there
Yeah,
with misinformation saying something like, "Oh, it's the end of Smash Brothers." No, no, it's not.
yeah,
Smash will never end so long as the Earth spins
yeah,
because it is a big moneymaker for Nintendo, and it will supersede us. It will supersede Sakurai. It will go on. It will go on. But
yeah.
for the
And so,
time being, I
holy
mean, this
shit.
is an era. Yeah.
So that we had that 2-year gap between Bayonetta's release and the Smash Ultimate reveal. Smash 4 was revealed E3 2011. This has been 10 years of near constant Smash. My God. It really people were saying like, it's the end of an era, and goddamn, they're fucking right. Because there's no way we get another Smash in 2 more years. No fucking way.
No.
If we do,
no.
stop it. Like, I want it, but stop it.
Mm-hmm.
Give it a.
Yeah.
Let Sakurai sleep.
It's gonna be Smash 3D like Power Stone.
No, that was 3DS.
Oh. Yeah, where they omitted Ice Climbers. That was a dark time.
Never again.
Oh. Never again. That'll be interesting to see how they do cut. It'll be interesting to see what this podcast goes, as you said. But luckily, unlike some of the others that you had mentioned earlier, we're not motivated by money or time or anything.
And we're not
those lines. We're
strictly
just going
a
to kind of
news
do it
channel.
anyway because
like news is just.
I mean,
news was like a tertiary thing for us. We're more speculation in the future, anyways. I think we'll be okay.
Right. And
the only way I think we stop is if we both decide like we're kind of done.
Yeah. I mean that the day may come that is the case.
Yeah.
Life is life, but in the meantime, I mean I think we've at least got 5 years in us, and I mean so. 5 years more, not just year 5. There's a long ways to go. So I mean, you and I have been talking about this stuff way before the
Since
podcast
Brawl.
existed.
Yeah.
Since Brawl. So that's over 10 years. I mean, that's what, 13, 14 years. This is going to go on. This is going to go on for a long time. It's going to be interesting to see where it navigates in podcast format without a Smash on the near horizon.
Yeah.
And I'm actually looking forward to it. Not only because we're just not changing our schedule around release dates and whatever, which was kind of like the one thing that was kind of not a major frustration, but still.
Yeah.
We're coming into this with a complete game that we can now talk about and celebrate and look to the future with.
It's going to be interesting at some point, 5 years down the line, looking back on Ultimate.
Mm-hmm.
Especially because at that point, we might have something new and be like reflecting on that.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll be able to go back to episodes like this with a Smash 6 out or at least announced, and see how wrong we already were.
That reminds me, before we close out, there is one last thing I wanted to do. I just need to try and find the document on it, because I thought I had it open, but I might have... Yeah, apparently I closed it. Let me try and get... Because in our Smash Ballot 2 episode, we made predictions on what we thought we could get. Our predictions were very, very wrong. Now, I don't have written down much of your predictions. For some reason, I only have 3 of your characters written down, and I don't know why. So maybe you can help me out here. But 3 of your predictions were Amaterasu, Geralt, and Ryu Hayabusa. Do you remember who your other 3 were?
Crash was one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And that was something that you and I aligned on. I remember that. I can't remember off the top of my head the other ones.
Okay. Well, I was wrong on all 6 of mine, because I had Master Chief, Yuri Lowell, Urshifu, Crash Bandicoot, Dragonborn, and Phoenix Wright. The only things that I had right were some Mii costumes. Not going to count the Return of Mii costumes, because those were kind of gimmies, but I had a Shantae outfit. I had a Doom Guy outfit. I had the fucking Vault Boy. That's what I'm going to take as my claim to fame, is predicting that one. And then I had Dante getting a Mii costume. Those were the very few things I got right.
Yeah.
And I also wrote down a Steve costume, because I didn't think we were going to get Steve playable. So it's like, what, half point? Maybe?
Yep. I think I
guess
down that we had a
Dragonborn
on Mii costume. So there's that.
Well, I didn't remember if you wrote down Mii costumes at all, because I know I kind of went, I did Mii costumes, I detailed out spirit battles.
Yeah, it isn't that I wrote them; it's that I kind of just vaguely caught up.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I wanted to end on that reflection there.
There were so many rules that fan made rules that were broken during the DLC cycle. Sephiroth was a major one, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
So naturally we whiffed on it, and I'm grateful for it, because having a and in those last few releases too, like Steve through Sora, it really felt like we were out in the Wild West with these reveals, where people like Vergabin and others really fell off after base game and DLC round one. So and I love that.
Yeah,
I love the not knowing and the talking and the thinking and the speculating. That brought us back to that Brawl era freshness in the scene for a while. And so we're going to get more of that. We're going to get more of that every couple of weeks with this podcast, and just kind of step into the dark. Just like Sora. Maybe we'll find her nobodies.
Maybe
We'll find 6 of them.
I don't know. But I think at this point we can, technically speaking, close the book on Ultimate as far as like keeping up with news on it. I'm sure we'll have our thoughts on things that were revealed in previous games and future episodes and reflections and such. But for now, Ultimate's done.
We're going to have an on-topic talking about all of the nerfs and buffs in the final patch.
God, no. No, fuck that. How about instead, in our next episode, a new Smashtopia? This time, we're talking about Medusa from Kid Icarus and Kid Icarus Uprising. It's a good one.
That'll be a time.
Yeah. I recently played the game, and I'm pretty excited for it. See you all in that episode.
Fun game. Let's go.